John.
Yeah.
Did you know that Jesus had a problem with crossword puzzles?
I'll bet you did.
He did.
He always got stuck
Yeah.
to a cross.
To a cross.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 300 of the Freedom Friends podcast. I didn't think we would make it this far, but we did.
Yeah, I have a feeling though it's all gonna fall apart before 301.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think this is the
This is
the end.
this is the end.
This is the
I'm
last
giving it,
episode.
I'm
we're
giving
doing.
it the 20-minute mark.
20
That's
minutes.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
John's
we're-
already checked out. He's already on his phone.
Right.
We're
Oh,
on-
no,
dude,
no, that's,
Oh,
that's
I had
normal.
I had a really good dad joke,
That's
and I
normal.
forgot.
Oh,
I know. That's why I was like, I knew I was like, I should have written this thing down. I looked, I didn't. But it was really good. I'm
Yeah.
I
sorry.
bet you it was.
Yeah.
No, episode 300. So
yeah, boys.
300. What is wrong with you people? That's
That's true. But you know what? Honestly, you guys are the reason we still do this. The positive feedback, the shit that we've gotten from you guys.
Did you read the
shit.
one?
I invited some friends out because of this
That's
fucking.
right.
Did you read the
episode
one
300.
today?
No,
We just got sent. It was kind of
Actually, I haven't opened it because I wanted to read it on the show. You just reminded me about it. Do you have it on your phone?
I sure it's there.
what's it on?
There's one we got, and I saw it, and it's like, it can't. Here we go. I think I got it. Let's see if my phone will click over. Okay, I'm gonna read this out. We got it from. I'm gonna say Katie. It might be Cade, but we got it and said, I wanted to send out a thanks for this podcast. I've been listening since the last couple of years, but at the end of December, my wife and I were in a motorcycle accident. While in the hospital and during my recovery, y'all kept my spirits high and some laughs. I do have to say I am one of the pieces of shit that do not support the Patreon. I listened to the Protect the Kids episode and had to say that this is a nonprofit organization that helps BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse. But it's something I would ask you to look into. We ride to help empower kids that have been abused. This organization is international and might help someone out there. I know my chapter was there for me through the loss of my wife in the accident, but we do a lot to try to help the kids we can. Keep doing the great work and freedom the fuck on. I'm assuming that's the message you're
It
talking
is,
about.
yeah. Like,
And
you know, if somebody's going to listen to us through a motorcycle accident that took his wife and then compliment us about it, I guess that makes it
Maybe we're not as dog shit as we
right,
think we are.
right. Like, like,
We'll give you the pass for being a piece of shit too. It's
yeah.
fine.
I mean, obviously, you had some other stuff going on.
Yeah,
I
you're a
think
little
you
busy.
might have some places your money needs to be
Yeah.
other than our
Yeah.
Patreon. So you get a pass, Cade.
yeah, absolutely, dude.
The rest of you pieces.
Yeah, the rest of you, go fuck yourself. Cheap
But
fucking bastard. No.
I'm with Scott on this one. Those comments, the stuff that we get, the friends I've made, the new friends and stuff that I haven't. There's a fucking young buck in the peanut gallery right now that I call a friend now that I wouldn't know if it wasn't for the show.
Really?
Kevin, my boy, is sitting over here. We've ridden together. He's got a lovely lady in his life, a beautiful little dog, piece of shit motorcycle, but we won't talk about that.
Well, what do you
Um,
mean?
But he's a great kid. One of the hardest working sons of bitches I've ever seen. Chases his dreams and understands that there's no handouts. It's just fucking put your head down and do the fucking work. And so he's become a friend. And if it wasn't for the show, I would have never have met this kid. And he's a great guy. I've talked
But
about it on
does
the
he
show
support the Patreon?
Probably not. Because he's fucking poor as
piece of
shit.
He did bring us a bottle of
That's
Jameson.
true.
But
did
he
bring
brought a
some-
bottle of Jameson, so technically a Patreon supporter.
Yep,
at
that's
this point.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And then I invited another piece of shit into the audience, but this is a veteran that makes his own money, so he has nothing to do with the fucking show. But can I say the brand name? And is it okay for you? Okay, so Matt from Ranger Creek, we've gotten beer from them before and stuff, but it's episode 300. I gave him a call and said, "Hey,
actually,
we're fucking around today."
It's a good beer.
The absinthe we did.
dog in
The
hunt
absinthe we
table.
drank is from them.
Yeah.
He brought us some Dog in the Hunt, but
too.
more importantly, he brought us their gold medal award-winning American single malt whiskey, mesquite smoked. It is very, very fucking good.
Guys, it wouldn't be the Freedom Friends if we didn't talk about our number one sponsor, Warfighter Tobacco. Obviously, you guys have seen us all smoke them. We're here to talk about a quality product that everybody can enjoy. The great equalizer, as we've called it, the Warfighter Tobacco Stick. And it's not just cigars. They've got humidors, travel humidors, cutters, lighters, everything you need to get started on that journey. Check out warfightertobacco.com and use that code FTFO. Score yourself that sweet, sweet 15%. If you want to know my personal favorite, I'm a 7.62 field guy. I like that Sumatra, real nice and even keeled cigar. Great for us beginner smokers, right? And I'm told that these taste even better when you're listening to the Freedom Friends podcast. Now, back to the show. This episode is brought to you by Grill Your Ass Off. It's no secret, we're all middle-aged dudes who love barbecue. Grill Your Ass Off is our main go-to for our spices. That's what we use, man. Whether you're doing burgers on the grill, steaks, or my personal favorite, a little bit of pork belly burn ends, right? They've got you covered on all of that. They also have salsas. They also have seasonings and spices. They got beer salts. They've got everything, man. Check them out. GrillYourAssOff.com/Freedom Friends Podcast, or use the code Freedom Friends Podcast at checkout.
And that's not
Texas
just me saying it.
landmark American single malt whiskey.
They literally have multiple awards on this whiskey now.
Yeah.
Now I'm
In this
gonna have
category.
to chug down this E.H. Taylor so I can hurry up and get to that.
Oh,
it is,
no.
Oh, no.
It is fucking
Damn.
good whiskey. I got very lucky and I got an original batch bottle of that stuff. Like the first barrel. That's the one you brought me, right? It was like first barrel. That stuff was, you can tell it was something special. And so it's,
Good little pop on that.
but Ranger Creek is here in San Antonio. They're another homegrown brand. They're veteran owned. They love hiring veteran community. He's Air Force, so he's like vet over 2.
Yeah.
Like I think it's like
Yeah.
There's a math formula.
there's a math
somewhere.
formula for it. But I called him and said it was episode 300, and he was like, "I'll fucking be there." So he showed up and came.
I have a question for a distiller. So as cigar guys, manufacturers, we like to, sometimes we hang out with other manufacturers. Is it the same way in that industry?
Yeah.
So you got good friends within the industry. Yeah.
We always hang out as much as we can.
Awesome.
Traveling anywhere, I go to other breweries, other
Yeah.
distilleries. I bring them some of our products, share it. Love
Perfect.
Talking about it, seeing how they do their thing, all that.
So for the listeners, he's saying that they swap product and see how they're doing it, and it's a good community. So
You know what there ought to be?
glad to hear that.
There ought to be a Warfighter one that's been cured in their whiskey barrels.
Well, I'm not saying Warfighter never wants to do a bourbon or something of our, but yeah, we should do like a friends and family barrel or something just to
Oh.
get started, right?
Yeah, just to kind of
Fuck you.
see what it does.
And now
Did you just bring in a stash saver?
I did.
Fucking.
My
Fuck
mustache was too long. I took a sip and it was like whiskey dripping, and I was just like, "Nope, I got this right in my office."
I think-
Pulled a
It's my whisker
whisker
dam.
dam.
Oh, your whisker down.
I think starting with a friends and family barrel of
Right.
It's amazing.
some stuff cured in there. So I'd smoke it.
No,
You
there's-
son of a bitch.
there are some stuff we want to try.
See, there you go.
Try
See, we're touching tips. You're gonna
I
need to
can
stand
tell-
back though, because Scott has a huge cock.
I can tell by the smell on it.
It's not
before
girthy, but the fucker's long.
before the show we were talking about that ain't how you do that. Before the show we were talking about the other product that's very very similar to this, the Rimfire, the Texas Rimfire, which is again another mesquite smoked whiskey. And you told me that this one was like aged a lot longer, so it's like, I could tell by the smell, way different profile, man. It's good stuff, dude. Man, this smells
I'm
great.
excited to drink it.
Yeah.
This stuff, so I like Rimfire. It was good. This stuff, to me, the Texas Landmark, to me, the nose and the general profile of it,
Yeah.
not to dig on anything that Ranger Creek's ever put out, because their beer is phenomenal, their whiskey's award winning, and da 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 da. I feel like this stuff has more care put into it. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Like there's just more.
Did you talk softly to the barrels?
Did you?
Correct.
Was there sweet nothings? Well, I know
Bedtime stories.
I know Tim and TJ, so I have a feeling that
I'll tell you, if I made whiskey,
Pretty sure
a lot of things have been done.
I'm
in the
pretty
past.
sure they just humped it. Yeah.
I was gonna say if I made whiskey, I'd make love to every barrel that was in my.
There's one.
Why do you think
Still
Why do you think
house.
I've been asking them for a barrel?
Dude,
why do you
there's-
think
I
they
just
call
want
it
the
a
man
bunghole?
suite.
That's what I mean. There's too many words that make
100%
sense.
chance that there would be coming it. Yeah.
What's your secret ingredient? Don't ask.
Goes right in the bunghole.
Yeah.
I've
Pi-
seen you do. it.
Pineapple juice, but through a special filtration system.
So I think for episode 300,
It's weird because I don't taste it.
I don't know, for episode 300, we do something new. Do we do a recap? Do we talk about where the fuck we started and where we're at now? Producer, what would you like to see on episode 300?
Yeah, we can hit the big
We should-
moments that we can remember.
we should pull up episode 1 and do like live
Ooh.
commentary.
Oh,
Like a director's
well,
At,
commentary.
at the end of this, the Star Spangled Banner needs to be played
Oh,
from episode 1.
Oh, the
That set the
technically episode 2.
tone. Okay, episode
I
2.
think- Are you
Episode
talking
1
about the
never saw the
cheers?
light of day.
when
Yeah, it was the cheers.
yeah.
The cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're describing
So-
the drink.
Let's.
Yes.
Okay, so we
It's
started
America
the show.
Beautiful, sir.
If
Okay.
if my timing's right, we're at like 5 years and 8 months, I think,
Sure.
on this show. Because August is 6 years, right?
Yep.
Jesus.
So
God damn.
5 years and 8 months. So 5 years and 8 months ago, where were, like, how much has changed? Because not the quality of the show, because the quality of the show is definitely
It hasn't changed.
that's been the same bullshit.
I would say
I was
not-
still
would say-
unemployed but working for free.
Same. Nothing's changed.
I would say not enough has changed in 5 years.
Well, for some of us, it's drastically
that's-
changed.
Yeah.
We're a lot grayer.
No, I mean, a lot's
Oh, yeah.
changed.
Oh, you look at you look
Then
at
I was
pictures
living
from
in a
5 years ago?
camper. Now Scott's living in a camper.
How the turntables turn, baby.
We upgraded the camper.
That's true.
Buddy, it is a very nice camper. It is a. But seriously, when we started, you need to understand. This idea started with
I don't think Justin's balls had dropped yet. Now he's got a kid.
I wanted. So I wanted.
That's true.
So I was at my prior employer like 3 employers ago, and wanted to start a podcast. Had this idea for this podcast. Mikey and I had already become friends at that point, and I called
at
Mikey.
the time I was working for free for said employer.
Right,
No,
was
I
kind of-
became friends with both of them, but separately.
but separately.
And
You hadn't met any of us yet.
no, I knew you just
because of the Facebook.
right. But I had
The
never,
night we decided to start a podcast was the night you and I
yes.
Yeah.
But I knew of you through John.
Yeah,
met.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I met you on a rooftop and I met you no pants on.
No, with no pants on. Yeah, yeah. In all fairness, it was an amazing meeting. To build the legend of John Simons, when I showed up to meet him the first time, I pulled in and texted him. I was like, hey, I'm here. They were in a facility that is a third of the size that Warfighter Tobacco is currently in. And there was a camper out back. And I was like, hey, I'm here. He's like, all right, I'll be right there. The camper door swings open and some unnamed woman came pouring out of this thing holding her shoes and got inside of a Ford Focus and left.
Attaboy.
And then John came out with no pants on and a t-shirt and was like, all right,
Hey,
man, you want a cigar? And like that was how John and I met. And like that was the start of
He
it.
was gonna have one anyway.
John and I met because we were bullshitting at a charity event.
And they had trash.
They had dog shit booze, and I was like, I have a bottle of Jameson in my car right now. And he was like,
20 minutes later, that bottle of JMO was empty.
we were like, fuck yeah,
Well,
let's
that's kind
go.
of how our
dude.
first
Like,
day went.
Yeah. We sat
So
outside.
we
drank
found a
and
bottle of
smoked.
JMO and drank and smoked. And
I think we FaceTimed Scott because he was stuck in a snowstorm.
no, we were sending him pictures because we were sitting outside in 80-degree weather, ashing into an
When you
orange
guys
plant.
met, I also received pictures.
Yeah.
That's true.
that was later in the
Yeah.
evening. That was post that bottle of Jameson.
We were pretty drunk then. And then we went
So-
to another bar.
I wanted to start a podcast with my employer.
Yep.
My employer said, no, podcasting is a dying platform.
End quote. Yep.
And
Well,
I had already contacted Mikey and said,
and
hey,
you-
I want to do this thing. Be my co-host.
You reached out to us at that point as well.
And so
And we were like, fuck it. Okay.
He
Well,
said
we were
yes.
we were already planning on doing one.
yeah.
Yep.
Mikey said yes.
Yep.
He was going to be my co-host and we were going to do this podcast.
Yep.
And I was going to try and get my prior employer to pay for it all. And then I called the Warfighter boys because at this point I was friends with John.
Mm-hmm.
Were we friends at that point? Or we were
No, yeah, we were.
friends.
Yep. 'Cause
We'd been
you-
drunk enough together at that point
Yeah,
that we were friends.
because we started. I met you probably
Well, you helped build the
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 thing.
wall, the thing.
The thing.
Oh, I forgot about the
The
thing.
thing.
We built the thing.
But I met you probably.
I think you were
4 or
here
5
10
months?
days.
No, I got here in January, but we didn't do our grand opening or our soft opening
Right.
until what, like March?
yeah.
And so I met you about March, and I met you probably about a month after that.
So
Think
you would
when
announce
that
the
thing was-
the soft opening.
The soft
and I said,
opening.
hey,
And so
I'm
you
a
sent a Facebook
photographer.
message in.
I'm a photographer. Let me come shoot the soft opening or whatever.
And I responded. To
And
it
you
from
responded and
Nebraska.
said, hey,
Yeah.
you can come do it. Just be fair warned. We may not be wearing pants. And I was like, fucking all the more reason for me to come.
Yeah.
Like,
CUM.
so that's how we all met. And then I decided I wanted to do a podcast, asked Mikey to be my co-host. He said, yeah, fucking let's do it, buddy.
Yeah.
Then the company I was working for said, no, podcasting is a dying platform.
And we said we respectfully disagree.
Yeah.
At that point, I'd already contacted the Warfighter boys and said, hey, I can't
You know what's
promise
funny?
you seats.
A fucking presidential election has been swayed since then because of a podcast.
Yep.
Fuck you guys, man. Fucking back out, dog.
That's
We were going to do the podcast. I was trying to set everything up. I contacted the
Not our
Warfighter
podcast.
boys and said, hey,
We could have been.
I can't promise you that it's a permanent seat, but what I would like to give you is a permanent guest spot on the show where Warfighter has a permanent guest spot. Anytime you want to show up, you'll at least have one seat you can sit on and talk on the show.
Yeah.
And then at the time, just my employer.
Just yours at the time, yeah. I later
no,
worked there. They eventually paid me to work there.
It's a dying platform. So I said, cool, fuck it. I contacted the Warfighter boys and said, it's a dying platform. What do you guys think? And the Warfighter boys said, hey, we've got some extra square footage in a fucking bar we can sit at. Do you have the gear?
Yep.
And I was like,
And then,
maybe,
like,
hold on.
Well, collectively.
And then I called Mikey and said, they said they're good to go. We have space. We need the gear.
and I had a little shitty board.
And then
some
you
mics.
and I bought,
we had 4 different mics.
you and I split the cost. I had 2
We
mics
bought a
already.
new board. Yeah.
You and I split the cost and bought a board.
Yep.
And then we bought 2 more shitty Amazon microphones
Yep.
and started this podcast. And I convinced Justin
And Rob.
Rob.
and Rob
Oh yeah, Rob
Oh,
first.
yeah.
to come and produce it.
Yep. Yeah.
And
fucking
so-
cripple ass Rob.
Yeah.
I think the first 10 episodes were done on mismatched equipment
Sure.
in the storeroom on a shit board
Yeah.
on a bar that your mom built.
Yeah, it's a nice bar.
It's
It's a
don't
great
get me wrong.
bar.
If
That was
you
the
look at
nicest
the old
part back
episodes,
here.
it's gorgeous.
That was
It's
the
a
nicest
gorgeous bar.
part.
Really nice bar, a very shitty podcast table.
Yeah, it didn't really work out the greatest.
right.
Yeah.
You guys, it wasn't bad for you guys.
We were
Because
jammed.
we
though,
sat
man.
on the fucking
Yeah, you
the
guys sat
bar
on the bar
of
side,
it, yeah.
so you had a foot
It was
ledge
great.
and everything.
Yeah.
And then we had cabinets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and that was like the first 12 episodes, 13 episodes were done with like whatever the fuck we had.
My favorite is when we used to go live on Facebook with a cell phone and no mics.
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember that?
yeah.
We couldn't even read the comments. So what somebody's like, what?
Or one of us would have our other phone on the thing, like with it muted, so we could read the comments.
You know,
and
we
shit.
we haven't done a live since for a long
And
time.
we probably
right?
shouldn't either.
No, I agree.
I think the last one you and I did
What
from
do
your
you
office.
think?
But-
What do you think
but
would happen
if-
right now if we had him push the
If-
Facebook
no,
Live button?
If we were to do a live, it would be up here. We could read all the comments, and it would be so much more professionally done.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
It would-
What do you think would happen for episode 300 if we had him do the post that's like back after 3 years, Freedom Friends Live?
It's 5 years now. We were doing that shit during COVID.
Like, yeah, 4.5
Yeah.
years.
I mean, I'm sure there would be some people that would chime in, but
I'm still going to go with I don't think it's a good idea.
It's a fucking horrible idea. I'm just curious.
Yeah,
what
it's
happened.
such a bad
I'm
idea.
curious what would happen. We'd probably get, at minimum, we'd get shadow banned.
Well, we
We'd-
should
Our
have-
account
well,
would probably get flagged.
if we were to have gone live for this show, we should have thought about this the last show, and we should have given him time to set it up, and we should have advertised that we were going to go live.
yeah.
So if you want to know, after 300 episodes,
We're still going to
we
this
still
shit.
don't think this shit through.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a
Here.
300 episode till Justin sent the text out this morning.
Episode 400 we'll do live.
That
Well,
guy-
two
we're
more
letting you
years.
know now.
In 2 more years, we're going live.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
Do y'all remember how I used to pass you information during recordings?
The text messages?
Before that, I had my little iPad mini, and y'all would be like, "What's the name of that actor?" And I'd fucking Google it, and an arm would just come into frame, handing the iPad in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So all of you guys that found us in the last couple of years, Kevin, how long you been listening to the show?
Probably about a year after y'all started.
So you said about a year after we started.
So that was still after we had kind of started riddling.
we
out.
still didn't know. We didn't know what the fuck we were
We
doing.
still don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Like we probably had better mics by then, but not by much.
Like if my brother ever quits, we're fucked.
oh, we're fucked.
I know how to hit play on
Oh,
everything.
I can hit the button.
the editing side of
Wait,
it.
if your brother ever gets fired, we're fucked.
Hey, come see, come see.
Hey, I like guys. I like the whole out of sight, out of mind. Let's not talk about Justin quitting or getting fired.
Right? Dude? Don't put
I
that shit
agree.
into the universe, dog. Justin's like, fuck, how am I going to tell him now?
No, Justin, I'll tell you how you get fired.
You go live.
Fuck one of his kids.
We sold Warfighter and we're corporate and they fired you.
So it's not coming from you guys.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was right after I got fired.
Well, for you to get fired from the podcast, it would take all of us to agree.
Oh, that's true. We would just move the podcast.
So even if
I'm
like,
more
I
like-
was like, fuck that kid, fire it. I
I'm
got
more
three
like-
other people to be like, oh yeah? And your solution is
We should just change our record date without telling them. We all show up on like Wednesday at like 4:30.
Now,
like, what the fuck?
there has been like 2 instances where Justin was not here and we did record the podcast.
That's true. I did it.
Yeah, those episodes that you've ever seen where it's just one camera looking at the table.
Yep.
That was one of us went over and hit the red button.
That was
and
our
like,
handiwork.
you can have it afterwards.
And we talked a lot of shit on Justin.
I did the best I could with that one, guys. I promise. I did all the movie magic I could.
I'm still upset that he's not smoking during this episode. I bought us cigars for the. We don't need to shout him out, but
Tell us about the cigars you brought, buddy.
No, we can definitely talk about this one. 'Cause
This
the,
one-
the night shift beat this cigar.
it did
head-to-head
in
matchup.
scoring. It did.
Yeah, I mean, when you can't smoke the best, you smoke the runner-up.
Yeah, it just so happens that we're out of night shift right now. So the runner-up is a Padron
So it is-
1964 anniversary.
It is. It is the. I actually picked the size for a particular reason. So this size
I like
is
that
called.
big, dude.
It's called the Diplomatico.
Mm.
And considering that this show is the complete opposite
What do you
of
mean?
diplomatic, this is why I picked it.
What?
But it was 300. It was the 300th episode. This is one of my favorite cigars of all time. We've talked about it on the show before.
Yeah.
The
I was just seeing
64
how
Padron.
close we were in serial numbers.
The 64 Padron is quite possibly one of the best cigars on the market. Like it.
Yeah.
It there's
It is a wonderful.
it is
cigar.
very little peer group.
Well, I mean, it's
They're
runner-up to
amazingly
the night
consistent.
shift.
And I opened up marketing capabilities. for the
One
dude,
thing
too.
I'll give the Padron is if you smoke this cigar that was bought today, or you got one that's in your humidor from 5 years ago, or you buy one in 5 years from now,
It's still just as good.
it's the same
Yeah.
cigar.
They're
Their
fucking
consistency
fantastic.
is
So you bought all these at the same time, right?
Same box.
Okay, so my serial number is 160460.
And I'm 814820.
I can't read.
217. Holy fuck, that's funny. 217342.
So I am 814820. He is 814812.
Oh wow. Okay, so I was trying to see how close these were.
You and I are just.
So
fucking,
they only make 1 million cigars.
Nah, fuck, who knows?
There's only 6 numbers.
There's definitely more than 1 million of these.
God damn you, Jeff.
What?
Regardless, 300
Sorry,
is
999,999.
300 is a milestone, and this is one of my favorite cigars that I have lauded Warfighter and how good they are. I smoke them on the daily. I was here 2 days ago and bought more for my daily smoke stuff. I honestly think a daily smoke cigar, there isn't anything. Come on,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
come on, fuck
What
stick.
you need?
Get in.
Nobody cares that you walk into camera and grab booze.
Yeah.
Yo, oh,
Half the
hold on,
listeners-
back up.
Half the listen.
If you're going to
listeners
come
don't
on,
watch.
you have to pull your shirt up to show your belly. It's the rule.
Oh, that's
I
Jack
don't-
Mandeville thing.
That
I don't make
actually
the
is.
rules. You got to lift it.
Jack Mandeville
I'm not
started
lying.
that.
You got to
That
lift it
actually
up
was kind of a
to at least your
thing.
tits. You got to at least lift it up if you're going to be on camera. I got you.
You want the
There you go.
EH or the?
There you go. You're fine.
Oh yeah, you got abs, bro. What are you fucking?
You ever see
worried
Mandeville
about?
walk
Shit.
on this shit? That's like watching a trailer park with legs. It's a
He was at fucking Fenway this
Yeah, he was.
last week, man. I was jealous.
whatever.
Yeah.
I've been on Fenway. Man, it's not a flex.
He went there he was sitting on the monster for a game.
Yeah, I
dope.
molested the monster while I ran a race inside.
Yeah, you
Fenway
ran a race
Private-
at Fenway.
privately at 8 a.m. It's not a flex. It's Fenway.
There-
They whore that bitch out. It's Boston.
When was
Everything's for sale.
There is
Are you
no
still
reason
going to do Spartan races?
that I would
My
ever go
knees
to
can't do
Fenway
it
at 8
anymore,
a.m.
man.
What's that?
There's no reason I would, none whatsoever in the world that I would ever go to Fenway at 8 a.m.
Mm-mm.
No.
So I got a private invite from the CEO of Spartan
No,
Right.
I remember that.
for a friends and family race to race Fenway. Otherwise, there was no fucking way I would have done. So they do a thing called Stadion.
I think
And-
I could beat Fenway. I don't think it's very mobile.
Leader. God damn it. That's the end of my story. That's well done, sir. Fucking well done. Well done.
Not a lot
Fucking-
of races I'm going to win. That might be
Fucking
one.
A, dude.
Shit. Anyways,
Fucking A.
anybody else have memories of fucking where we've gotten to 5.5 years? That's the end of my story. For those of you that wanted to know.
Boys, y'all remember both sweating our asses off and freezing our asses off in the warehouse?
Holy fuck yeah, dude.
Woo,
when you
baby.
decided, when you gave us your conference room, I was like, you're the best fucking dude ever.
Well, luckily it's dual
Dude, that-
purpose now. We still have meetings here and it works.
Yeah.
That summer in the
Oh
warehouse,
my
though.
God. that was
Holy
brutal.
fuck.
I don't know what was worse.
If you
the
want to know
summer or
why
the
those
winter.
episodes were 30 minutes long,
We drank a lot more on those episodes.
We did.
Too.
Yeah, we were awfully
Jeez.
And I was
thirsty.
sitting in
That's
a pool of
because
sweat by
the
the end of
fucking
it.
the ice in our drinks was fucking. It was like, what the fuck, dude?
I remember, I think it was
Speaking of-
after the first episode that we recorded and I wore a Carhartt. I think that's the next week we moved it in here.
Yeah.
I had something interesting
Speaking
happen
of
to me this week.
drinking more.
I meant to
Do
tell
we
you guys.
remember the lockdown episodes?
Fucking
Oh,
vaguely,
Yeah.
vaguely.
Yeah.
I was shit faced
Well,
every week.
Everybody remembers the buddy checks, not because of the buddy checks, because we were
We
shammed.
were so
Yeah.
drunk.
Oh my
So-
God.
And Justin
Kevin,
just
do you
nervous
remember
as
the
shit because we were
Did
live.
you watch the lockdown episodes? So the lockdown episodes, we used to
I
record
don't
on a
remember
Monday
them,
night,
but I remember that we did.
and
them.
at that point, Mikey was actually gainfully employed,
I was.
and we used to have to report to work on Tuesdays.
so
Yep.
we.
And yeah, but that was before 3 of the 4 of us were self-employed.
Yeah.
So we used to actually report to a boss on Tuesday mornings.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a good one for you guys too.
I mean, I'm a comedian. I'm technically 4 of the
So-
4 of us are self-employed.
So I actually looked into this. There is video evidence of us each having an independent bottle of Jameson in
Yes.
front of us
With
an
our name
episode.
on it.
Yep.
No, the only time we ever named them was when we had that fucking double black, and that was to see who actually got through.
There's still
I think
bottles.
mine's still here.
I know mine's there unless somebody drank it.
This
I didn't drink
still
it.
not opened.
Oh, that was a different. That was a different.
Oh,
bottle.
that was a present.
Yeah.
But there
Did
is-
you finally drink those, Scott? Or are they on the bottom shelf?
There is video evidence of full bottles of
Yeah,
Jameson that we picked up from liquor stores
Yeah.
Yep.
because that was when you could do pickup, and they would just put it in your trunk to no personal contact.
No, I went over to Specs and picked
Of
up. Yeah.
a bottle like that in front of each of us.
Yeah.
And at the end of the episode,
They were empty.
the bottles were empty.
Yeah.
It was retarded. Do you guys remember
Yeah.
we used to have to stop recording when it rained?
Because of the old tin roof.
Yeah.
It just started raining, and I was like, "Oh, remember that?" Like it would. We literally be like, "Ah, fuck," and we sit there for like 30 minutes just getting hammered, waiting for the rain to stop.
Hey,
okay, we're back on.
Fucking let's get weird.
But we would do an hour and a half episode. We would do the debate
No.
for an hour,
You
and
should
then we
go-
would go live for an hour. And so.
You should go look at the episode length
The term.
on the lockdown episodes.
Yeah.
They're like 2.5 hours long.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, the term cutting into my fucking time was because of those episodes where we wouldn't leave the fucking shop till 8 p.m.
And my wife would
Well-
come to get me and literally go like, "You guys are cutting into my fucking time,
Yeah.
and we got to go."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when the recording sessions were 6 hours long.
Yeah.
We were killing.
And we were
time.
fucking trashed the whole time.
Hammered.
Yeah.
I remember having the conversation.
That was
with you
before I
guys.
smoked weed.
That was.
We had a conversation as a show after that. That was literally like, we got to slow
Guys,
the fuck
yeah.
down.
Dude, we're
Tuesday-
gonna die.
Tuesday morning is
Yeah.
I'm non-functional.
We even
Dude.
talked about changing recording days.
Yeah.
Just because Tuesdays sucked.
Yeah. And we're back on Tuesdays.
No, now we record on Tuesdays.
Well, yeah, but when's the last time? I know the last time that we got that drunk.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Irish
the
Car Bomb.
Irish Car Bomb night.
Yeah.
Well, y'all are fucking slow rolling it because I started drinking with Steve Dixon at 11.
I could tell when you walked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We knew you were.
You guys know what
drinking.
that means. You know what that means? Jazz is gonna go off on a
So-
random fucking celebrity today.
No,
I'm gonna figure out who we hate today.
I'm going to say this though.
Jazz's bipolar's just like inside going, give me one reason.
I'm going to say this. I was like, okay, it's episode 300. I had nothing special planned. And you walked in with your fucking attitude, which was great today when you walked in.
I'm stoked.
You were stoked. You brought guests. You're like, it's episode 300. Let's fucking go. And you got me pumped.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm stoked about it, dude.
I
This
was
is-
not going to, I was going to hide that bottle of E.H. Taylor that I bought for me. I'm like, all right, well, it's the E.H. Taylor fucking night then.
Yeah,
Okay,
dude.
let's do this.
Yeah.
It's episode 300.
Yeah.
This is 5.5 years of what everybody told us was a dumb fucking idea 5.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Still
And so,
think it's
and
a
now I'm
great
still
idea.
sitting at this table with 3 of my best friends and my little fucking brother, and we're still fucking making this shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm sorry. It was episode 300. I got fucking hype about it. I called some people that were important to the fucking show, people that are important to me. And said,
Yeah.
fucking come out. I called Big Jim. He said apparently his government job is more important than our fucking
Right.
podcast. So,
Well,
Fuck.
now with this new chain of command in place, he can't just leave whenever the fuck he wants.
so
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I
now,
told him
now
to
our
come-
tax dollars actually are
he was
working.
like, I can't be there at 3. And I was like, come late. I don't give a fuck. Fucking come show up. So it's episode 300. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep fucking drinking. Like I'm here to fucking
Well, I'm
celebrate.
not
This
gonna
is
stop.
fucking awesome.
I appreciate you actually started.
Do you
Before
wanna-
we
It's
before
three
we
episode
get to-
300.
Do you wanna
before we get
sweeten
into
it?
real topics, I want to say before I keep drinking, I want to give a legitimate thank you to my co-hosts, my little brother behind the fucking keyboard and stuff. This has been a hell of a journey.
Sure.
The boost it's given me and the people I've met.
Yeah.
The boost it's given my business, all this stuff. This podcast and off air, we have conversations about like, why don't we have this sponsor or that sponsor? Why haven't we done this, that, and the other? But I want to honestly say, guys, it's been a fucking blast.
Yeah.
The last 300 episodes has been a fucking joy
Well,
every time. We've disagreed on stuff. We've
I-
agreed
I
on stuff.
think- I think-
The episodes have been rowdy.
If we never did this podcast, a significant part of my life would be missing.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's the random people that are like, freedom the fuck on.
Like,
holy shit.
Unfortunately, I look forward to Tuesdays at 3:00.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't think I would, and it's almost subconscious at this point. You know, like
It's fantastic.
when you're getting you're getting ready in the morning,
You get to see your buddies.
and it's just
You know?
like, okay, what's on my fucking agenda for today? You know, and you're going through your mental list of all the shit, and then it's like, ooh, podcast.
Yeah.
Everything's got to be done by
And that's
3.
what-
Yeah.
and look,
What I like about it is, like, I get to see buddies a lot, right? I don't get to see buddies where you sit down and you have a conversation.
We have to talk.
Yeah.
We have to talk.
Yeah.
Like, we have good conversations about
And it's not like
Exactly.
I have to sit down and have to have this meeting
right.
with this
No.
person, or I have to talk about this event, or I
Yeah,
have to
there's-
talk about this.
There's no
thing.
agenda.
Like we literally sit down and we're like,
Hey, buddy.
cool. I just brain dumped my life,
Right.
So we could get on this microphone right now. So what do you guys want to talk about?
and that's what I want to say thank you about.
Until you bring out a whisker dam.
I'm just getting whiskey on my
and
whiskers.
that's what I will say. I know it's not the end of the show, but I legitimately want to raise my glass
Cheers.
and
buddy.
thank every single one of you sons of bitches.
Well, here's the 300 more.
The last 5.5 years, even if we don't talk between episodes or we do or whatever, you guys are truly, if I make the phone call, you pick it up, you're there for me and whatever. And like you said, this forces me
Right.
to have the conversation with my fucking buddies. Now, I honestly think it's a positive that between shows, we don't have to call each other and need this, like,
Reassurance.
I need this, that, and the other.
Right.
Now, I know I could call you guys at any point in time
Sure.
and you're there for me. You've got me. So, a legitimate thank you for the last several years, both pre-episodes and now 300 fucking episodes of putting up with my bullshit. It's like y'all, my brother and my wife are the only ones that can tolerate me at this level. So, and I
I mean,
So,
spoken like
say-
a guy that took 5 months off.
Oh,
had
the
an
good,
election
old,
to
the
lose.
good old days.
To touch on what you were talking about like there's no requirement, for lack of better words, to talk, to text, to communicate in between we record unless we actually want to. Like I feel like we got to that point where like the levels of friendships aren't superficial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
No.
I could not talk to you for like months.
Yeah.
And then I could see you and be like, hey, like
Like
I
nothing.
just saw you yesterday.
Yeah.
We're not at that point where it's just like, oh, well, he didn't talk to me this week, so I don't know if he likes me anymore.
Right.
Well, it's like, we're fuck off.
There's
We're
not that-
adults.
there's not that like maintenance piece. We all
Yeah.
know that we're all busy as
Yeah.
fuck.
Jazz and I talked about this morning.
Yep.
About how you have families that you choose, and the term "blood is thicker than water" is bullshit.
I don't know if we
So-
actually
You know?
chose this circle or not, or if it just
No, I
happened.
think we did. And so
yeah, we
The
didn't
Mikey
choose
and I-
the shit show. The shit show chose us.
Mike and I had a conversation, and somebody put it in our page about another term for me, but I will bring up the term "blood is thicker than water" it's a misquote.
Here comes the edge lord.
Here, edge lord. The actual phrase is that the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, and what that means is the brotherhood that you chose, the ones that you put in your family circle because you wanted them to be there,
Yeah.
is stronger than the ones you were born into. And honestly, most of the people in this room qualify for that. I don't need to talk to you daily. I don't need to only see you on holidays and shit for you to be family.
Yeah.
Right.
This is my brotherhood. This is where I can rely on. If my life is going great, I have cheerleaders that are in my corner going, "You're fucking crushing it."
This is my step brotherhood.
Oh, but you guys were all
Let me
all
catch
had
you
my
doing
back when I
laundry.
had fucking nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we've all been in a place where we had nothing.
yeah. I mean, you guys all had
Yeah.
my back, no questions asked. When it was my girlfriend and I living in a 700 square foot apartment,
Well,
Sure.
fuck,
barely making rent.
4 out of 5 of us were there for your wedding.
That's true.
It's true.
And I will point out that it was
The first
it
one.
was all water and not blood.
Yep.
It was at your wedding.
Well, and then the second wedding, I still had 4 out of 5 because Scott couldn't be there. Right? Like that's
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, Scott, you
there's one
piece
thing
of
you
I
don't,
had 2
there's one thing you
opportunities.
don't
and
fuck with.
I had 2 opportunities and still couldn't bat 1,000 on that one.
Hey, dude, it's above 500. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's pretty good, dude.
Even Barry would look at that
yeah,
and go
dude,
like,
that's the Hall of
I mean,
Fame
those are all-
numbers.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, you're fine.
But no, legitimate thank you to everybody here for fucking. It didn't matter. There wasn't a what's in it for me. There wasn't whatever. There was no qualifiers. It was just friendship for friendship, and I can't thank you guys enough. It's been a hell of a ride, and I can't imagine the next fucking 5 years without you guys.
I know for a while this was all I had was this show
Right.
for a little bit, right?
That's fucking
like
sad.
after it's real fucking sad. Well, after our former employer let me go, and before I started working in the nonprofit.
I don't know why we're
space
saying
and doing
former
comedy.
employer. Grunt Style fucked us.
Yes.
I was like, it's a matter of time before you guys got over that.
They fucked me. They fucked
not
him.
Sure they're
Yeah.
over it. Yeah.
These 2 saved that one before Grunt Style could fuck him.
Yeah.
Like, they will fuck you. We've had guests on this show that decided to fuck around with them, and they fucked them. It like
Yeah,
every
that's true.
chance Grunt Style gets, they will fuck the vet. So if you're still buying their shit, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, you're fucking up. Yeah.
By the way, not Freedom Friends affiliated. My name is James Sidney Broom. You can come at me directly. Come on.
at me,
All the
bro.
opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the whatever.
The
Yeah.
direct opinions of the Freedom Friends podcast or anything there pertaining. I don't know.
Boys, I got another throwback for you.
Oh, shit.
Do you remember the weekly firearm that used to rest on the bar?
that we
Yeah.
never talked about.
Nobody.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, dude, what are you talking about? That was never a thing.
Nobody caught
We're
on.
gonna have a
Yeah.
huge. We're gonna have a huge spike in views.
Yeah.
Literally.
Nobody
Yeah,
caught
yeah,
on
yeah.
that every week for like the first 100 episodes.
There's a different.
There
There
was
was
gun,
a
a
different
different
gun. I don't think we ever reused one.
No.
but we never. Talked
I think it
about
took all of our collections, though, to keep cycling it.
I think.
But we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of
It
one
was-
of those
it was
things that it
mostly
was.
this.
If somebody didn't bring
I'm not gonna
something
lie.
in, then
The
we
only
pulled
reason it
something and put it on
changed
the
is we
bar.
got lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's the only reason we don't still do it.
I think it also was in the move. Everything, like I remember
The
the
arms
first
room
setup.
is a lot further away now.
Yeah, because it used to be just right there.
yeah,
Can I go pick one?
I don't care. Actually,
Come on, let's
hold
go pick one.
I have one right here.
Oh. Oh,
Here.
well, that one's been a staple for a long time.
Yeah. Mikey's already got us.
Now that those
situated.
two are gone, man, all that applies to me and you. I'm not sure how they play into.
Yeah, what the
anything
fuck are
Dennis
they
has
talking
said.
about,
I don't know.
dude? Yeah, dude. This is what a fucking.
Right?
You know what they're doing? They're in there having like a suck fest.
Probably.
Just like, yeah, just fucking giving. They're 69 and a gok 9,000. Just fucking.
Oh,
There you go. Muzzle awareness guy.
well,
All unloaded.
there's a good chance that one's loaded.
No, I double checked all.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, John.
Yeah.
There is a loaded handgun in the cash register now, just in case we get robbed. So if
Fuck.
you're listening to this,
Yes.
Come rob us.
if you're listening to this and you rob our cash register, I will hand you the money along with the 9mm.
and he'll be yelling some words that you're gonna be like, what?
You made $100 plus 9mm. Like that's a.
Boys, do y'all want to take any guesses on what the first debate was in Freedom Friends history?
The very
Oh.
first
The
debate.
very
Oh.
first debate.
The
I
very
know,
first
I-
match.
was
I
like-
know,
So-
I know what my favorite one.
Yeah, I know. We all. It's all of our favorites.
Which is?
Pirate or
Ninja.
Pirate versus Ninja.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't here for.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
We had to.
Well,
we
it
had
looks
to
like
get my
there's a
take
debate
on-
right after this one.
There is.
So the first ever Freedom Friends Master Debate was what branch is what fast food. So the topics have
Oh,
been
yeah.
trapped since the beginning.
Wow.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Okay, you want? Do you have
Force
that one?
did not-
Do you know our answers?
I do not.
Oh, okay.
Space
I
Force.
was gonna say let's do it again and see
Well,
if we have the
Space
same
Force wasn't
answer.
around then.
No, they weren't.
So what fast food is Space Force?
Carl's Jr. It's
No.
decent, but you never see it anywhere.
Oh, that's-
It's still the Air Force, so it's like Hardee's.
Space Force is Canes. Because who doesn't like chicken fingers? Like you're not gonna go rail against it. Nobody's gonna show up and be like, I fucking hate chicken fingers. That's not gonna fucking happen.
It's also the youngest.
We had a
That is a young.
By the
cat
way,
food.
if you want to fuck your friends up when they come over to hang out and they go, hey, do you think you'd be like, yeah, stop by McDonald's, get me a number 5 10-piece boneless?
10-piece boneless. I love that.
Fuck them up.
Yeah. Just be like, I need a 10-piece boneless from McDonald's.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Because I did it. And the
10-piece
guy
boneless.
texted me like 9 times and he was like, I don't see boneless wings on the menu.
Maybe Checkers. Maybe Space Force could be Checkers.
It's Chick-fil-A. You know Space Force is Chick-fil-A.
Well, I think Chick-fil-A was Air Force.
I think it was the Air Force.
I think we
as well.
said Air Force was Chick-fil-A because they're all polite and shit.
It kind of tracks.
Yeah.
what's Army?
What the hell was Army? Army,
Army's
I think was
McDonald's.
McDonald's. I think it was
100,
just McDonald's. Yeah.
100%.
It's either that or Burger King, one of the two.
No,
What
I think we all
No,
collectively
the
said Burger
Marine
King
Corps is
sucked.
Burger King.
No, it is fucking.
It's entirely underfunded and it mostly sucks.
Ugh.
Like it's
We are definitely not.
I mean,
Burger
that
King.
maths.
I don't know. I think maybe Wendy's. I think Wendy's was Burger King,
I'm giving it Burger King.
or Wendy's was Marines. I don't remember. Fuck.
I don't either.
Damn, dude.
Wendy's
You know how much
was
we
Burger
fucking drank since then?
Wendy's with Burger King.
Dude, I started doing fucking drugs since then, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Was that
We had a
because
very
you drank
long
or because you didn't want to drink?
we just had a very long conversation in my backyard about the wedding.
Yeah.
And my wife literally looked at a friend of ours and was like, do you have any idea how much drugs my fucking husband did during our wedding? And I was like, okay, in all fairness,
Oh, look, what about your husband's friends?
I was like, all of your husband's friends showed up with drugs and just started handing them to him. I mean, like,
The fucking devil, man. All I know is to this day,
That
I
shit-
can officially say I saw the devil at a party.
we were
I
up
saw him too.
on that pirate
I
ship
saw him
looking
too.
over.
Not at first.
We
It
saw-
terrified me.
We saw a devil
on that
while
pirate
people were
ship.
playing
Mike
naked
just looks up and goes
Jenga on a pirate ship.
I saw the devil in the audience.
Well, dude,
And
I
we were
look,
like, what?
I look at
And then,
John
like,
and I go,
10
dude,
minutes
this is a
later-
cool party. The fucking devil's here. And he goes, what? And I looked down and the guy was gone. And I was like, just hallucinated the fucking
And
devil.
Literally, I was just like, it's okay, buddy.
I was like, he's like, do you need water? And I was like, I need water. So John went, good fucking dude he is, went and gets me water because I'm freaking the fuck out.
But while John's gone, I'm high as fuck. And I looked at Mikey and went like, oh shit, the devil's back. 'Cause he was back in the audience. And Mikey was like, oh fuck.
I was like, you can see him too? And he goes, yeah. I was like, thank fucking God.
Like, it was- was a rough weekend.
It's like, oh my God,
For
dude.
you guys, it was a great weekend for me.
And then sitting outside that food truck on that picnic table with me, you, Mal, and Haley.
I don't think
Bro,
I've laughed
that wasn't a
hard in my
food truck.
life.
That was just our trailer in
No,
the
no, 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 no,
campground.
no,
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 this was-
no,
this-
no, no.
you guys were
Oh,
still.
at the bonfire.
We're at the bonfire,
Yeah.
and you thought the food truck was moving, and it was just the clouds going over.
Yeah.
You thought we had overhead cover and everything was moving. And he's like,
This is
"Oh
also-
my god!"
Yeah.
we had that quad canopy set up, and he was sitting underneath it high, and he fucking looked up and was like, "Somebody got rid of the sky," and he was just looking at the fucking canopy. And then you had a 20-minute conversation with the back of somebody's head.
About banana bread at work
Because
today, dude.
He
Hell
was
yeah.
bald, and he had folds on the back of his head, and he thought it was a face. So he was just talking to it
Yeah.
for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, you're talking on the back of Mike Jones. He was passed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually just talking to his, I was having fun with it. God, I knew I was talking to the back of my head.
Yeah, sure. You
I
totally
wasn't
knew.
that trounced, but I was
Ye-
pretty fucked up.
Yeah, you were.
It was fun. It was a fun night. It was a fun night.
Those 3 days were fucking. It was a hell of a wedding.
But then,
party.
God, so much has happened in the last 5 years.
That's a good thing, though.
You guys want to hear?
Like, imagine if we were sitting here and be like, "Oh man, the last 5 years." Like,
Well,
well, that's about it for this episode, boys.
so let's just recap ground marks, like waypoints in the last 5 years.
well, you've had many.
I got rid of 2 kids and got one back.
It's true.
Yeah.
Warfighter moved
Yeah.
Mhm.
and tripled your square footage.
Yeah,
I started a business.
Yeah.
Justin got married
and
a
it had a
kid.
kid.
and had a kid.
You're about to have a kid.
I'm about to have a kid.
Yeah.
That's a milestone because from the early episodes, Jazz was pretty anti.
Very anti.
Dude, the amount of times I can quote Jazz.
No, my
About,
favorite.
like,
my favorite is
if
I don't
If she
need,
ever wants a kid, I'm fucking leaving.
I don't need to have a kid because I raised that one.
Yeah. I was already a bonus parent. I got the trial run. I'm all set.
It turns
Fucking-
out pussy can be that good.
Kids with their people bringing over their fuckhead kids and da 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 da. Like the amount of shit that you between that Harley riders, that's hilarious. And
That's my favorite.
F-150 owners,
No.
holy fuck.
it was
I
Super
never
Duty.
talked shit on F-150.
Super Duty.
It was always
It was
Super
Super
Duty
Duty.
and above.
But he did look at a Super Duty,
He
and
did.
I was rooting for it.
The only reason I looked, but that was tax benefits. It was.
It doesn't matter.
Chaps.
Chaps
That was the whole episode.
definitely talked a lot of shit about chaps.
Oh, I own chaps.
And you have Yep. Yeah. How the turntables turn, boys.
It just goes to show that if you were a mature adult, you can actually change your opinion.
It's called growth.
I don't
right?
think you changed your opinion. I think you just changed what you did. I think deep down you still have the same opinion. You just don't say it.
The thing is,
Every time he puts
you
his chaps
fucking
on,
hate
he's like,
yourself.
fuck, I'm gay.
no, it's execution, right? So like, it's fine if you want to own a Super Duty. Own a Super Duty. Learn how to drive the motherfucker. But when you can't figure out how to stay,
I
on
drive
like,
mine like you drive your Mini Cooper.
Now,
if you
have
can't
a, if you
figure
have a
out how to
Dodge
stay in
1500,
one fucking lane, give your fucking truck up.
If you-
I'm sorry, but if you can't, if I'm at Sam's and you can't figure out how to drive on the right fucking side, you know, where the fuck everybody has driven in the US since we invented fucking cars, then give your fucking truck up. I don't give a fuck
I think
that
the
your
Or-
tiny
I think
dick
the Oregon-
requires
I think the
that-
Oregon Trail even was this way.
Now, if Jazz got a Super Duty, he'd just be driving right down the middle.
You have the same wheelbase I do. You're taller. You can still fit on that one fucking side. You just suck. You just fucking suck
You
at it.
choose not to because your truck's taller and people get out of your way.
So, like, just learn how to
Get out
drive
of the
your
way.
fucking truck. Now, if you drive a Dodge,
There is a hill.
anywhere from a fucking Neon up to the biggest fucking truck, you suck.
Yeah.
It like just get on the bus
And take
you
your
shouldn't be driving a
put
fucking
your
car.
fucking toe mirrors in. Fuck you.
What are you towing?
God.
That invisible
Yeah,
fucking
it's an
trailer.
imaginary trailer. That thing's heavy as shit too.
That Bronco drivers. I don't understand those fucking people.
you guys had a Bronco.
You owned one. You had one of those.
I didn't buy that motherfucker. My wife did.
But that was your only vehicle at one point.
No, it wasn't. It was never my only.
No, he had the
I had the F1.
truck.
I had the Mini
Oh, yeah,
and the
yeah, yeah.
F-150 while she had the Bronco.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we immediately, and then the dealership comes, we'll pay you $7,000 more than you paid for it. And I was like, come pick it up.
Yeah.
It's fucking gone.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a Jeep then when we started.
Yeah.
Yeah, with your blood stripe.
with the blood stripe on it.
None of that was ever true.
Yeah, it was.
Holy
You
fuck.
have 3 witnesses.
I totally forgot about that. I
blood stripe.
was
Blood stripe
forgot
on
about
it.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my desert tan Jeep that I owned.
It was black with a red stripe. Shut up.
Blue with a red stripe.
It matched his,
It was a dark color.
It matched his man cave. It had the same fucking paint job. With the
My man
fucking-
cave does have that paint job.
Yeah.
That is true. That I'll admit to because it's true.
Do y'all remember the first like 4 episodes before
No.
we started this podcast? We were like, we're gonna do custom cocktails every week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
that
Drink of the week?
lasted like
I did it-
4 weeks.
Yeah, I did it for a little while.
Yeah, that was the first.
No.
First and
hold
last
on, hold
time
on,
I
hold
drank
on.
Jaeger
You
Bombs.
said we started in August. We started before that.
Did we?
We might have started the end of July, because that was
Oh, yeah.
that was when everyone tried to kill me on my birthday on July 24th,
God, we drank too.
and then I quit drinking after that.
For
and
like a
then
month.
that's when Mikey made that
The old fashioned.
No. This was
No.
that
Oh,
bullshit
no,
with
yeah,
the red
the
stripe.
fucking date rape. Fucking
the date rape. Yeah.
That's when you made that, and
The-
I wasn't drinking, so I had to drink that after I
That's when we made
got off
the
the
rule.
wagon. Yeah.
That's when we made the
Yep.
rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had to start this in July
Yeah.
and not August.
Mm.
Because now that you mentioned that, yeah, I was.
I will
definitely
say,
on the
though-
wagon for 30 days.
There are other more successful podcasts than ours, but they drink bullshit.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they're more successful. I'm talking to you, unsubscribed. Like, what the fuck? Like, you guys, I consider.
Well, Scott, how
I'll fucking-
many
you want me to do
Instagram
it? I'll
followers do
say
you
it.
have?
Well, not enough, but I can.
Here you
Yeah,
go.
how many do you
unsubscribed.
have?
Here's why unsubscribed works. They took a bunch of highly successful independent social media influencers and then put them all on one show. And then they pumped a whole bunch of fucking multi-million-dollar fucking advertising shit behind it to make it work immediately. We have strictly grown organically.
But I consider all of those people men
Yeah.
until I watched their episodes, and they're
And then they're all
And then I'm like-
drinking
the drink that shall not be named,
Yeah.
and I don't understand.
They're all drinking
Seltzers.
Voldemort. They're all drinking Voldemort.
It's yeah, I mean,
No, we love you guys, but Jesus,
We
Christ.
do. But I mean,
Step up your game.
Jez, you are correct. It's cross pollination of audiences. That's exactly what made them grow fast. Fuck yeah.
and if I had a giant 4-letter multi-million-dollar marketing company behind this podcast that could just force it into the public eye, it'd probably be huge.
How many letters is Battle Pub?
2.
I can't even spell warfighter, so.
It's on your shirt, sir.
But but the thing is we're still talked about it in that same echelon.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah,
that
yeah. Well,
millions of dollars behind
collectively between us, I think we have about 6,000 social media followers.
Yeah.
And I'm being moderate, like conservative.
it. By the way,
Yeah.
we are getting
Because-
danger close on my Instagram, and I have been backlogging photography
That's right.
so that you can see what I've been up to. Because I promised if you get me to 1,000 Instagram followers, I would post what I do in my spare time.
Really?
Yeah, a
And
long
so
time ago.
That was the promise I made. And I will show, here you go.
People are unfollowing out.
There is
Care what you do.
there's my gallery.
But you haven't posted
You say you're
since
unfollowing
February
now.
13th, 2024.
Yep.
The peanut
Because
gallery
I
just
said-
said we're unfollowing
until you get to
Jazz 'cause
1,000,
they
you're
don't give a fuck what he
914.
does
I'm at
during this shit.
914. I said when you get me to 1,000 followers, I'll post what
Okay,
I do.
Do it, make him 912.
Everyone that's listening right now,
ahead, Kevin. Do it. See what happens.
everyone that's listening right now, Q Lab Jazz, he needs 86 followers in order to post again.
And
show-
I've got,
to show
I've got a
his
backlog of shit that I can put in there. All the shit that I do on the daily. It's boring as fuck, but you're welcome.
He
to
really
see it.
just did unfollow you. It's 9:13 now.
Yep.
Speaking of Instagram, I had a celebrity interaction this week.
Oh shit. Who?
Matt Serra, former light heavyweight UFC or former middleweight champion UFC, beat GSP,
Super
knocked out
celebrity.
GSP. But so he was on a podcast with the gentleman fucking who did a Bronx Tale, right? And he was telling the story about, he was asking him about the scene in the bar, and he was like, well, Sonny said that. And he was like, yeah, I feel like I'm talking to Sonny. And he goes, no, my first name's Colloginal. It's a true story about what I witnessed. And he was like, wait, you're the kid? Like, he didn't know. And I commented, I was like, Matt Serra has to be the worst New Yorker ever if he didn't know that A Bronx Tale was based on this guy's life, right? I'm not even a New Yorker, and I knew that. Matt Serra replied to me via DM. And he said, and I quote, because it was 30 years ago and I have a life, haha. And then he says, but love the movie, and to be fair, I was the guest, not the interviewer, with a hug emoji. I'm not making this up. And then good luck with comedy. Comedy and fighting biz are a lot alike. Keep grinding. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. Haha, it is a great flick. Also, I'm a big fan, man. Shit, you knocked out GSP once, so not much else my ass can say. I appreciate you. And he just said, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
So
But
the
that
only
was-
celebrity I want to interact with,
But I had a celebrity interaction
And-
this week.
we're deep into this podcast, so nobody's going to fucking hear this. But if anybody wants to tag Walton Goggins,
Oh, that'd be a great one.
so I could figure out how to have dinner with Walton Goggins.
I bet he'd be great.
Because
to
we
hang
had
out
the
with.
we had the debate
Yeah.
about who would you have
Yeah.
dinner with. I still want to have dinner with Walton Goggins. So if anybody that hears this that wants to put it out there and tag him, I'll pay for the dinner. But I want to have dinner with Walton Goggins because I just feel like, God damn it, I'd have a story at the end of that night.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it would just,
Speaking of which, Haley started reading your favorite author, the guy you suggested.
Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah, she started reading his first stuff.
Yeah, she texted my wife and said, "Where should I start?"
Yeah.
And we tell everybody the same book, but you're
Well-
getting in deep. That is not. There's no softball version of his
Well,
work.
like obviously nobody knows this, but my wife is a bit of a bookworm. Who, by the way, happy birthday. Today she is turning a
Fuck
number
yeah,
that I'm not going
she's
to talk about.
29.
Yeah.
She's 29, sure. Yep. And my beautiful
still a
wife's
fucking
birthday
smoke
is
show.
today.
Diesel powered fucking smoke show.
But she is a bit of a bookworm. She reads 100 books a year. That's her goal, right? And I'm not talking about like See Cat Go. I mean like books, right?
Yeah, like smut.
A lot of smut. Yeah, because your wife is your girl is also a bit of a smut
Yeah.
lord.
he said the word. You're fucked now.
Oh, so many people.
It happens all the time. It happens. I've heard her say it.
I've heard her say some of the goals, and I'm like, hey, there it is.
It's like she said it, and I've immediately been like, and he just
It is
got
what it is.
that's the face. That's the exact face he does every time. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
It's Yeah.
But yeah, dude. That's kind of how it all shook out, man. Like she likes reading. She reads a lot.
Yeah.
She's been. I mean, I think this year she's going for page count more
Yeah.
so because a lot of her books are fucking like 800-page fucking books, right? Like,
I'm working on one right now.
I could tell a story way faster.
I'm
Yeah,
working
right?
on one right now.
Yeah.
To give you an idea of how big the book is, the audio book on it is 68 hours.
God damn,
Even the gun was like, fuck.
Yeah.
you just killed the gun.
It's
And that's a
six-
1911. That's America's weapon.
68 hours. And
For a
and it's a Brandon Sanderson. It's an
Every
absolute
Gen
Audiobook.
Xer ever made.
68. That's a long road trip.
dude, usually an audiobook is like 3 to 8 hours.
There's a couple that have been like 12 to 14 that I've done.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
68 hours.
That's crazy.
Fuck.
Haley asked me if I wanted to. She had a Jazz. You know this about me, but I actually am a fan of Greek mythology, right?
Okay.
Like the ethoses behind it and stuff like that. And I just know the shit. It's something I do randomly. It's a very weird thing that I do. But she asked me to like listen to this audiobook that was like a different perspective of Achilles, basically.
Right.
It's so fucking gay. It was so gay, dude. So gay. It was basically like him and his cousin were butt fucking.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Greek.
Like, yeah. I mean, it was pretty probably historically accurate.
That's
Yeah.
Greek.
Yeah. I mean, it was fucking gay. But yeah. But it was like a 6-hour endeavor. So I just suffered through this gayness for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe we made it through COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the world is supposed to end.
Did you see the thing? I don't know
Not
if you guys,
near enough people got filtered out. The traffic out there is fucking ridiculous.
It's
Right.
so bad now.
Worst
It's worse than it
apocalypse
was.
ever.
I do miss COVID traffic.
Oh, there was done.
I know it was great.
I wrote some shit down.
I do love that we deemed ourselves in the podcast essential.
Yeah.
Media, dude.
Yep.
We were essential media. Dun, 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 dun. All right, yeah. So I shared this from 8 years ago. It was a memory the other day. All right. Now this was pre-COVID, obviously, right? So it's, we're talking fucking, I don't know. What year would that have been? 2019, 2018?
2020 is when the shutdown happened.
So
March 2020.
2017.
So 2017, I wrote this, right? So it was like, so I'm researching a paper on national security threats. This is when I was going to school, right? After reading numerous articles, government documents, and some quote fake news, I've concluded the next big threat that will be emerging is an Iranian-funded terror group that uses cyber tactics to recruit, modeled off of ISIS, that will recruit homegrown lone wolves, probably Antifa type of retards, and motivate them to carry out biochem attacks. And it will most likely be smallpox or a form of anthrax or some kind of coronavirus, says the CDC. But that's a wild ass theory to write a paper on. So I guess I'll use cyberbullying and climate change instead, because, that seems to be the big issues these days. And so I shared it. I was like, wow, I wasn't that fucking far off, man. I might be a wizard. Son of a bitch. Like, God damn. Speaking of reminiscing, dude.
Right.
Fuck, Mikey, where were you September 10th?
Fucking jerking off in California.
9 years ago today on Facebook. I don't usually do the political thing, but I will not vote for Monica's ex-boyfriend's wife.
Attaboy.
Let her ride.
Let her ride.
Any other major landmarks we can think of from the last fucking 299 episodes?
Well, I mean, fuck. I think individually, I've learned to skydive. I've since obtained my B license in skydiving.
I defined what the Big Mac was.
That's true.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
Mac. We know what that is now. I learned to scuba dive
Yeah.
and am now a master diver.
Yeah.
Working on DM.
Yeah.
Fucking John is now a fucking instructor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Has gone through dive master, instructor, all this stuff with Warfighter Scuba. Big support of them. We're heavily involved with those guys. We have Intrepid Care.
Yeah.
That you and I fucking, like, you run the outdoors.
Scott's homeless.
Scott's homeless. Scott's still, rocking and rolling homeless. He's homeless chic though.
Classiest homeless motherfucker I've ever met.
And but I mean,
I can think of another milestone. We created Buffy Trace.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
ooh, Buffy Trace.
good one.
Boy, over the last few years, have we pissed off the whiskey community?
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Cheers to you guys.
Yeah. Is this sacrilege that I have a brass plate on my whiskey?
Well,
Mm.
there is a whiskey
Here's to the
guy.
fucking whiskey people.
There is a whiskey guy here that was given a shit.
Who was
for-
talking shit for using ice, man?
With ice
The
in our
fucking
whiskey.
distiller sitting here.
I can stop using ice and stop drinking whiskey.
You're wrong, but
I'm pretty sure the guys who
you're buying.
I'm pretty sure that exactly the guy who
Yeah.
pays for this. I don't think you give a fuck what the end user agreement is, man.
I might disagree.
shall not be used with ice.
Yeah, it doesn't say it on the label.
you should figure out how to like how to say it in Latin, and then just like put it on the fucking band or something, and not
Yeah,
tell anybody.
like that's the ethos of the company in Latin is do not mix with ice.
Don't
Which is
mix
weird,
my
'cause
whiskey.
I've drank at that distillery multiple times, and every drink they've given me has ice in it.
It's weird, huh?
No,
It's wild.
I know.
Not me.
The fucking bartenders.
I drink scotch, so
Oh, yeah.
To get a little sentimental too, I am super appreciative of the show because it has led to me having what I can only describe as essentially my dream job, where I don't think I would have, without the show, I wouldn't have gotten to become buddies with John and Scott.
Well,
and
we may never have known you.
exactly. So,
dude,
and
you're
I,
off the clock. You don't have to kiss their ass right now.
no, I gotta fucking like I almost
It's
feel
almost
bad
cool.
when I talk to people because they're like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I like essentially give my job description. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I have a fucking sweet gig. Like it's hard to come off not like an asshole, but I fucking without the show, I don't think I would have that opportunity, and it's fucking awesome. So
Fucking A, dude.
shout out to the show.
Well, we are wildly proud of you, buddy. All of us. And I know I
Yeah,
can
you
speak
do
for
better.
everybody. like we're wildly proud of you, dude. Like where you were when like I met you, which was still you were for some reason you've always had your shit together better than any party of your age that I've ever seen.
I don't mean to offend anybody else in the show, but I think Justin has his shit the most together.
Yeah.
Out of all of us.
Yeah.
He was
Fucking
smart
A,
enough to
dude.
actually listen to the people above him and go like, okay, so don't do that.
Yeah, well,
God.
he just
Like-
he paid attention.
Yeah.
He watched us all fucking fail, so you can be like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that stupid shit, But no, like, dude, but not even just that. Like you with you and your wife and your baby and everything, dude. Like, I mean, we're all just we're fucking proud of you, buddy.
Appreciate it,
we
guys.
are.
I-
Like we had a similar track, right? Out of high school, we joined the National Guard,
Mhm.
and then you made a great decision to get out of the National Guard, and I went active duty.
Yeah, yeah.
Small difference, you know.
Major consequences.
I mean, to be fair, he works for you now. Like, I mean, yeah. Just saying.
Oh, you guys remember when Mikey tried to kill me?
Oh,
yeah.
that was-
yeah.
I actually
That-
brought that up with a bunch of fucking first responders
By the way,
other day.
for
That
those
changed
of you
a
that
lot.
don't know, we got banned from hanging out outside of Warfighter after the show.
Yeah, that changed a lot for Warfighter. One of us had to be on premise at all times.
Yeah,
until
we
people
got
left.
banned from hanging out.
It was one time, dude. It was a total
Yeah, one
And-
time
and-
that our
and-
landlord calls us and say, "Hey, the cops in the ambulance in front of your shop right now, and none of us are there." Yeah, that's all it took.
Yeah. And it was the last time.
Hasn't happened since.
Yeah, right.
That's why I had to move in here so it would never happen.
The whole reason Scott's
That's actually why he's
home.
homeless. He's homeless because he's fucking.
He's worried
just-
about
he's a
Mikey
nut-
punching people.
He's a night watchman. That's that's like his second bullet on his resume. He's the night watchman here at Warfighter.
Scott wrote a book.
I
That's
wrote a
right,
book. Yeah.
Scott. You wrote a book.
Yeah.
Yep. Fucking A. Let's see here. A lot of shit's happened, not just with us, but with the Freedom Friends too. Just like with the individuals that we know, right? Like, I mean, like look at Gary Brugman. You know, Gary's gotten fucking pardoned
And almost died.
and almost died from COVID
Yeah.
and fucking all
And now-
kinds of wild
Just on the
shit.
podcast.
Then he was unemployed for a while, and now he's working too much.
This
Yeah.
platform let Warfighter fucking start their podcast and
Yeah, yeah.
kind of had
Well,
the
it made
learning
us.
curve.
It made us
on,
start our podcast.
Like, you know how Warfighter Tobacco is like a sponsor of Freedom Friends?
Yeah.
Can the Freedom Friends podcast sponsor the Warfighter Tobacco podcast?
No.
Well, it can, but we'll talk offline on how much a month it is.
Well,
I'm kidding.
No, it's like studio space is what you guys get, right? Like for us,
Right.
and then like we just say equipment is what we got for you guys, and it's just like it's brothers helping brothers, man. People helping people. It's strong stuff.
Occasionally, I talk about Freedom Friends on our podcast, and John gives me the stink eye.
It's because John's a professional.
I'm just afraid of what episode somebody's going to start listening to
Yeah.
this show on.
I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck. It's been good for my business. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. Like the guys that walk in and they'll buy shit and they won't tell me that they're fans,
But you know.
but they'll buy and then they'll go like, "Freedom fuck on." And I'm like,
FTFO, bro.
YouTube,
FTFO.
I still huge
I'll be
shout
walking
out.
in the fucking airport and just be like FTFO.
Yeah, huge shout out to the dude that literally yelled "freedom the fuck on" to me in a Buc-ee's in the middle of Texas.
I got that
a
in
couple of years
HEB.
ago.
I was walking through HEB and somebody said, "Freedom the fuck on," and I was like,
I think I was on the phone with Mal when whoever it was said it to me,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And it was like,
"Speaking of which,
that just happened.
the Freedom fuck on guys, you guys from out there from the community that bought charity beers for my charity tournament."
Yeah, that was fucking cool.
Yeah,
535 tickets got bought.
Wow.
Fucking A, dude.
Wow.
So fucking good on you. And the amount of receipts that I saw that had FTFO on them, you guys fucking came correct.
Fucking A, dude.
So we donated, I think it was like $6,000 this year
Beautiful.
Nice.
to
Were-
the
were-
life flights.
Was
and
your
stuff
was
like
your
that.
whole party schmammered because of
They were fucking destroyed.
perfect?
Ranger Creek showed up correct. They brought me cases of beer, and people were coming like, "Can I get this?" I'm like, "No, but you can buy one of these fucking charity beers from fucking Ranger Creek." Or we had 3 other brews that got involved.
Nice.
Independence got involved. Santa Roll got involved, but nobody came as correct as Ranger Creek did. You guys
Nice.
Well-
you showed up and you did it right.
That's a good segue into how much booze we've received over the years. From
Fuck,
people.
I wish we ran a running list of how many bottles we went through.
Oh
It's a
my
lot.
God.
like Chris Freeman. It's got to be
Yeah.
number one.
Like we've got
That
to, we
kid's-
we
I don't
have
know.
to have,
You ever
have
looked at
broken
Kibby's Patreon fucking?
Oh well, yeah, Kibby's definitely up there
we
for
have
sure.
we'd have to have broken 1,000 bottles on
Oh,
the show.
yes.
Oh yeah,
That's no question.
easily.
Because in the beginning episode, we're going through like 4 to 6 bottles a night.
Yeah.
It's fucking retarded.
Sometimes we'll sit here and Scott before the show will go, which is almost empty. Give me this.
Oh.
Give me that. He'll just gunk, take him to the face real quick, like before we even
Well,
record.
we got to make room.
Do you guys remember we used to pregame?
Fucking Scott is a utility drinker.
I did pregame today.
No, I know.
I took
but,
the whole
like,
day off.
But we did. We used to pregame. I pre.
We used to have like 2 or 3 before we even started recording.
I pre-gamed a different way today. I don't know if you guys can tell that I'm a little
You
quieter.
know, that doesn't make you a pothead. That just makes you a pen pal.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I brought this simple syrup. If anybody else wanted to
Oh, to add
sweeten
to
their
your whiskey?
drink,
I'm good.
if you just wanted to sweeten your drink, I'm just saying.
After that California experience I had, I'm
Yeah,
set.
yeah. But speaking of booze, we also do have a bottle of booze that someone brought me, and I meant to bring this a couple weeks ago. I forgot to. I kept forgetting. It was on my bar.
Okay, now that he's fuck, he just walked in. So do we still believe that anything with river or creek in it's bad?
No, anything. So
Oh, I think that was the good stuff.
no, anything
No,
with a
No.
with
that
a
was the other one.
with a small body of water in it is good.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Another
shit.
bottle, and dude,
Is that 300?
This is 306.
306? That is.
Single malt whiskey. With
it is
distilled
fucking
malt
good.
mash refined in
Hopefully that's-
tequila barrels.
I keep it stashed.
Oh,
I keep it stashed in my desk.
I will
I
refuse to
drink
share with other
that.
people.
yeah, that might be my next drink.
Silver medal at the Texas Whiskey Festival.
Fucking
Nice.
A.
You got silver on the 306?
Texas Whiskey Festival silver medal winner. That's dope, dude.
No,
So,
it is. I
now,
I have
I
a
can-
bottle of it stashed in my desk.
I will 100% say that this bottle that we just received, this bottle is
Yeah.
better than this.
So
And I know because this is Canadian.
No.
That-
Oh.
you corked it.
I didn't cork it. It corked itself. Hold on.
I remember my first.
Is there a wine opener over there?
So
there
there's
might be.
there's a brand new bottle of JMO on the
I have
table,
one-
which is a
I
gift
have-
from
I
our friend
100% have one
Kevin,
in the car.
who's been a fan of the show for
I
a
have
long
one in the
time.
car. Like
He's
cool.
still learning to ride his motorcycle, but he's doing great.
I got it. I got it.
Hey.
We're good. Try. It's whiskey.
I
I'm not
offered
letting
to
that
let you ride
fucking
my bike.
stop me. A little
Yeah,
crook.
I remember opening my first bottle of whiskey.
But
I let you ride. I
This bottle-
offered to let
Just
you
because
ride
there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score.
this bottle of fucking whiskey.
because I said if you can ride mine, I can ride yours.
Hey, you want to get involved in this one or that one? Which
They
conversation?
don't have microphones.
Did you see how pretty his mouth is?
I see it. All right. But he didn't give us this bottle. He gave us this bottle, which is better than this. So I'm just saying. All right. It's better than this. Because this is Canadian. This is Canadian piss.
Okay, but smell that 306.
So who gave you that?
This is a gift from a Canadian freedom friend named Jim. All right. I won't say his last name because
Does he live in the United States?
no, he smuggled this. The reason I'm talking about this is because at great personal peril, he actually smuggled this in
It's
for.
Canadian. They just say I'm sorry.
Well,
You know the tariff only goes one way, right?
Well, he flew it in and didn't declare it
I do the same
in
thing.
a private plane. So, but I wanted to.
So where's the cocaine?
I wanted right. Different
Where's
kind
the
of stuff.
Canadian-
Jim, what the fuck?
What was that?
I don't know.
That was a weird
Hit
hiccup.
me. Yeah. Sorry.
Are you okay?
Sorry. Talking about Canadian whiskey.
Oh, you're Canadian. Oh, got it.
It's a 2,000-year-old hiccup.
But this is called Niagara whiskey.
Yeah, hold on. We didn't talk about the fact that Scott's over 2,000 years old.
5,268.
No, 2,180 as of this year. It was 2,178 as a couple years ago.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2,180, man.
He is the man from Earth.
I watched that the other day. It's so weird that you just said that. I just watched that the other day.
Because I brought it up on the show and you weren't here about how they
Really?
shot the whole thing in one room. And
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
It's
It's a great film.
way better than I thought it was going to be.
It's a great film.
Yeah, and then I watched the sequel, which was a little
The
weaker.
sequel's awful.
It was weaker. Yeah.
2.5 years aged in a used bourbon barrel.
2.5 years aged. Here we go. Here, talk right in there. That way I don't have to repeat you.
2.5 years in a used bourbon barrel, our 36 caliber bourbon, and then another year in an añejo
tequila barrel.
Ooh. I love that it just says whiskey distilled from malt mash finished in used tequila barrels.
Ranger Creek does some wild shit.
So, boys,
So
That
I
is
have had
an
the joy-
interesting smell.
I can't close that bottle.
I was looking for another quote.
Darn.
I've
I
had the
know.
joy. I've had the joy of drinking at their distillery several times. And when you go there and drink, if you go with the right people,
Hey, where's that other EH?
Hey, you know what? I
the
got
shit that
Canadian
gets
one
handed
right
to
here.
you while you're there is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
Like
finished that.
there's this constant experiment that's going on. Not even close.
It's like a hot dog down a hallway.
Story of my life right there. What the fuck, man?
Well, let me wiggle it. I'll hit the sides.
Yeah, dude. That's the motion in the ocean right there.
Okay, I'm drinking this.
Oh,
I'm not
fuck.
drinking the
The
Canadian
306
trash.
is awesome.
Sorry, Jim.
Okay, hold on. Moment of silence for him to drink this 306 because it is dumb.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
No,
almost
you guys
everything
don't need
gets-
that.
Yeah, almost
You
everything
drink that
gets
Canadian
brought to
shit.
me at the store. I keep on a shelf
With the
that
assist.
anybody can go do. That one I keep stashed away in my drawer.
Fuck off.
That is
That was
mine.
the, by the way, that was the whitest thing you've ever done. Or you've
What?
ever said. You guys keep that. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So nose it first, and then
That was
The nose does nothing to the
No.
the mouthfeel of it.
that was like raisins in the potato salad level white.
Yeah.
Right there.
Wait till you try that. You get a little Mexican in
It
you
smells
from the tequila.
fucking wonderful, dude. Just fucking finished in felony juice.
now, if I'm not mistaken, Ranger Creek is now shipping to 28 states.
46 states.
46
states.
Dang.
Fucking
So
That's stupid.
drinkrangercreek.com. 46 states.
46 states now.
Yeah, get that 306.
When I opened Whiskey Cake, I think you guys were only in like 6 states or something then.
We only ship there. We're still only
We'll be drunk
distributed in
Yep.
Texas in the U.S., but we ship if you go to our website. We'll ship.
Nice.
So
That is one of the
And
most
it's
unique
drinkrangercreek.com.
fucking whiskeys
God,
I might have ever
fucking
fucking
like
tried that.
too much.
drinkrangercreek.com. They're
No,
multiple,
Scott, here.
They're multiple award winning.
I'll get there, I promise.
Well, you'll get there
Drink that.
faster after you try this.
Drinkrangercreek.com.
That's one of the most unique things.
It's
And look,
so good.
they do not sponsor the show. They're just friends. I invited them out. They are
He's a good fucking dude.
the
Yeah, I
quality.
love fucking dudes.
I know you do.
That was they make an outstanding fucking drink. So
That's really good.
Damn, it's been a
fucking-
minute
that's-
since,
Yeah.
since y'all talked about fucking good dudes.
Dude, well, dude, John quit saying it. Like, he
I
was
think
like-
collectively we all like we stopped calling people fucking good dudes.
You
So
gotta
it
move
stopped
on every now and
lining
then.
me into it.
God bless it, dude. That's fucking
It's
phenomenal.
amazing.
Thank you, dude. Yeah, that's nice.
yeah, 306
real
is
nice.
dumb.
Yeah.
Now you know why I don't share it.
Yeah, fucking
Tell me when.
That's good. That's
That's another good throwback.
Mm-hmm.
Tell-
Tell me when. Glug, 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 glug,
Yeah, we quit doing that too.
Yeah.
because that was the
we
that was the.
I think
$3
that
night.
we just stopped doing that. It wasn't even like, oh, you didn't say when.
Yeah,
it was
we-
just like, I'm only giving you this much.
No, we,
Yeah.
we started pouring our.
the
own.
responsible pours started.
Well, we
kicking
got,
in.
dude, at a certain point, podcasting shit-faced isn't fun.
Oh no, it was amazing
Oh.
until the next morning when you're like, what
Yeah,
the
the
fuck
problem is-
did I
At
say?
a certain point,
Right. We could have an amazing Tuesday.
But
The
that
problem
point is the next day.
responsibilities we have on Wednesday.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
That's when I stopped letting you fuckers pour for me.
yeah, our consequences
our
don't
fault.
have action. It's the other way around.
It's Scott's fault. That's the
I always pour my own.
Yeah.
But Scott never said no if somebody poured it for him.
No, and I
No.
never said when.
No.
It's
can
true.
Can I pour your drink?
Let me finish this one.
Well, button it up. What? You mean you put a nipple on it? What are you
I'm getting there.
Get the fuck out of here.
fuck are you doing over there?
Give me shit about drinking.
This is the guy who takes 2 shots and loses his fucking mind on the world.
That's just shots. I'll
Actually,
drink with anybody.
Speaking
unless
of that,
want
you
to
guys
do
remember
shots.
the St. Patty's Day that we went out?
oh amazing.
The last
God.
day out
The last
before
day.
COVID.
Yeah.
Dude. It was
That
the-
might
it was,
that was not the last day we've ever gone out.
no,
that was the
day out
last-
before COVID because
That was the
next
last day before COVID
Would
shut
you
down.
the
fucking
day
finish
after
it so I can pull you a
everything
drink?
shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
We were at Old Main Ice House.
yeah,
in
but
Cibolo.
what was a food truck?
Oh,
that
the one with
fucking
the brisket,
The-
the brisket cheese tater tots.
no, the one that had the egg rolls, the fucking corned beef
Yeah.
corned beef.
It was a corned beef and hash egg rolls.
or something.
It was
Because it was St.
insane.
Patty's Day. Holy fuck, was that amazing?
Speaking of good food trucks, oh my God, there's one at Rednecks with Paychecks called Outlaw Egg Roll.
Oh, I've had their shit.
Veteran owned.
Fucking amazing.
Oh my
dude.
God. I'm not going to say it. You just gotta fill that bitch.
Just don't overfill it
There we
because I really like that.
Yeah, don't waste it.
Yeah. I told you we didn't need to cork for that anymore.
No, Scott will handle that shit.
He's got a long commute home.
Yeah.
It'll be even better
How's
if
your
we
drink,
wake up.
Kevin?
We wake up to a message that Scott didn't make it home tonight.
Huh?
That's a wild fucking. Speaking of which,
I don't speak bitch. You're gonna need to
Apparently-
pick up. Like I don't.
apparently I got blacked out Sunday night.
What?
How much?
Something that has not happened in fucking years.
Like from the amount of booze or
booze.
Really?
So I had a show at Thirsty Horse for their award show on Sunday. I did 30 minutes, great sets, did two 50-minute sets.
Yeah.
Everything went great. I did very, very well. I earned my money that night, right? It was nice, right? However, it was Thirsty Horse. So I had some drinks. I have buddies of mine that work there. We got a little shit faced and all this. I didn't feel like I was that drunk.
Yeah.
I get home. I was fucking trapped. I should not have drove. I
Yeah.
fucking am actually mad at myself for driving.
Right.
It was one of those. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like the next day, I wake up and Haley's like, fuck were you doing at 4 a.m.? And I was like, nothing, asleep. And she's like, what do you know? And I was like, I got home at 2. I went to sleep.
Yeah.
And she's like, at 4 a.m., you had your fucking towel over your head and you were walking around the fucking bedroom. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, man. Like you laid in bed with a towel on your head and you covered up and you got your blankets all right. And then you pulled the towel over your head and you laid your towel out on your, and I was like, I thought that was your fucking towel. Cause I woke up, there was a towel across me and I was like, I thought you were fucking with me or something. She's like, no, you did that at like 4 a.m. And I was like, I don't remember fucking any of it. She's like, what the fuck else did you do? I'm like, apparently I'm the Cape Crusader. I fucking fight crime or something. And that's my cape. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening.
You were
like the
getting
one
ready
wheel
to you were getting ready to
Something, dude.
you were,
Shit.
you were getting ready to responsibly put a load on your belly.
Maybe.
And not know how to roll out of bed.
Either that or he's getting ready to do the atomic sit-up, one of the two.
I don't know what the fuck was going on, but apparently I come walking into the bedroom and
Did Mikey-
just straight up asleep.
Did Mikey ever tell your story about my fucking employee just getting one of the best roasts I've ever fucking seen happen on a person?
No.
Which one?
About Pony Boy and your allergy?
What are you allergic to?
Oh yeah, we talked about it. We talked about it. We
God,
talked about it on the show. It was great.
The
Pony Boy,
best lines
he fucking got
I've ever heard in my life.
he got me. It was about the fucking tum cum fucking conversation, and it was he was like, "What do you have, a nut allergy?" And I was like, "Fuck you, man. No nuts."
It runs like family.
So good.
Yeah, but fuck that big dick bastard, man. I don't care what he
It's
thinks.
just fucking son of a
But
bitch.
Michelle had a blackout moment, which is rare.
Then that episode never fucking aired.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Oh, fucking Team Scott all day.
Not talking about that.
Oh, we're not gonna bring up Team Scott.
I forgot Team Scott.
I did not win.
Redacted.
Yeah, that was a redacted episode.
The episode, the whole fucking thing, it was like 2 hours.
Yeah,
It was a great episode.
That was so good.
it was a lot of fun.
There was a social media shitstorm that ensued, and that's why it never aired.
Yes. Woo.
He had some loyal Team Scott.
So what are you saying about Michelle blacking out?
Yeah, so we got gas Saturday night on the way back to our hotel
Okay.
because we had like 24 miles to empty, and it makes her nervous. That's why I always do it because it's fun for me. So the next morning we're leaving Houston to come back to San Antonio, and she's like, "Don't we need to get gas?" And I'm like, "Oh, really? No, we did that last night."
Nice.
Yeah,
Good for her.
yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, there's been a lot of black.
Especially considering the fact that that lucky piece of shit doesn't get hangovers.
I know.
That's so not
it's
fair.
not. It's not fair.
I'm still feeling Sunday.
Mine doesn't.
Yeah.
Huh?
Mine doesn't.
No?
Caitlin can get fucking beyond shitty.
Yeah?
Wake up the next morning, fresh as daisies.
Really?
It's the most unfair shit I've ever
Yeah, it's
seen.
not fucking fair.
No, Michelle
Especially
doesn't wake up till 2, but
Well, so at the wedding,
No.
she got fucked. I mean, just
Hope so.
Well, yeah, shitty wedding.
the amount she drank was drunk enough.
I was shit faced before the ceremony
Way
started.
before.
First off,
Before we
That whole
walked
weekend,
towards the ceremony,
I was-
trashed.
Oh,
John
dude,
and I
Bottles
were
of
hammered
mead.
by 11
I was 2 bottles of mead deep by 9 a.m.
Yeah, it was
easily.
rough.
Yeah,
Easily.
and I don't even know how many times I hit
The
my weed
first-
pen, and I definitely had mushrooms in my system.
The first story we all walked into, each of us bought like 3 bottles of mead.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, that flavor sounds great.
And
Give
the-
me 2 of those."
And the first one didn't make it out of that store.
no,
And it was
I have
like,
actually, I still have a bottle of mead in my fridge from your wedding. I'm just
Oh,
trying
yeah?
to figure out a good day to open it up.
fucking I, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking I.
So first weekend is it opens in October.
what was that queer wants?
Lionfish tournament shit.
But-
Know that you're an instructor.
I think the 3 days of the wedding, by 11 a.m. each day, all of us were fucking
I wasn't
Gone.
sober.
no for 3 days.
Yeah, like it didn't matter. Asleep, awake.
And what
Didn't
was
matter.
wild is
No, it wasn't
so
sober.
you weren't there, but the 3 of us, we were all keeping pace with each other, and there were
That's
people
the
that were
problem.
trying to keep pace with us.
That's the
yeah,
problem.
and we showed them why they shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
Pretty
it was,
fast.
And everybody's like, "Oh, I can drink with you guys," and we were like, "All right, go ahead."
We were like, you can't. Don't do that. You're not gonna have fun. And they're like, yeah, we're fine. We're like, all right. Like we fucking gave the warning out there. We threw it out there.
And
And it
by
was just
like,
you're the
so
one that's
11, we
about to
were all
throw up by 3
comfortable.
and shit. And we're just like,
By
all right.
1, everybody's just, oh god, and we're like, so cornhole tournament, like let's go.
Yeah.
By 4 in the afternoon, there was people just falling out.
Dude, I remember how fucking hot my van was.
Dude, fucking Mal went down as a heat cat.
Yeah, she
Had to
did.
get stuck with an IV the whole 9. Went
Yeah.
right back to drinking as soon as she felt good.
Oh, that's what
That's
you do
our
after an
girl.
IV.
That's our girl.
Right? But that was at like 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a rough weekend. It was fun. I had a great time.
Her
Yeah,
and
the
her
pace of that
her and the
weekend was
other
not
Mallory.
for the uninitiated.
Mallory,
Mallory.
who was born that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That girl was fucked up.
Yeah, she was trashed.
Yeah. Wherever the fucking aid station was, I'm sitting in there with Mal while she's getting her IV, and this other chick, they fucking wheel this girl in, literally in a wheelchair, and they sit her on one of the beds, and they're like, "What's your name?" And she's like, Mallory. And I look at Mal, and she looks at me, and I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be awesome." And she definitely wasn't shit faced,
Where's the V cut?
but she was by no means sober. And her birthday was that day, and yeah, she was a fucking train wreck. And essentially, like the aid station was just like, "Yeah, you're fucked up, but it's not on booze, and there's nothing we can do for you. So who can you call? Because you can't hang out here."
Yeah. I will let you know that we had a heat cat go down, and the rest of the party was like, John told me, like, she's good. And I'm
Yep.
like, okay.
I was like, got it, we're all set.
And we just
Like, we'll meet
kept
up with you soon.
rocking.
Yep,
It,
kept rolling.
There was
And then we rolled back up. I
No
literally,
stop.
I met you guys at that little fucking bar with cigars
Yep.
after we got her IV.
That outdoor
And I
bar.
walked in, and somebody handed me a cigar and a double whiskey on the rocks. And I was just like,
That was when Caitlin got
Fuck
the
yes.
bottle.
so
yeah.
we had
It
the
was Blanton's.
so we had the actual wedding, and then we went to that outdoor bar because our reception wasn't for like another hour.
Yeah.
So when Caitlin walked to the bar, we had made friends with the guy that provides all of the hard liquor for the entire Ren Fair.
Nice.
So we walked to the bar, they knew who we were, and they literally just handed her the entire bottle of Blanton's.
Like,
So
here.
she came back to the table
Oh yeah.
with a corked bottle of Blanton's.
Yep. We were like, okay. Like, shall we? All right.
And
Who's the fuck? Damn it, his name escapes me.
God, with
The
the
dude
amount of booze.
that worked there that is a freedom friend. that
Oh, fuck it. I can't remember his name. But yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He's been in here a bunch with his wife.
yeah, I'm a terrible person. Fucking TBI, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
Son of a bitch.
Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Richard.
Yep.
Richard.
I'm looking.
Fuck.
Walters.
Yep.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, Richard Walters. I remember he brought us at some point after we left that outdoor bar. We went through like an exhibit or something. There was he
Bro, I was blitzed
brought us
by
through like
9
this
a.m.
weird fucking like.
So if you're asking
thing,
me for memory on that day,
dude, well, and I ended up in the back behind all of the fucking like, because it's all just front facing like
Yeah.
storefronts with like weird shit behind it, right? Like modern shit behind it. I ended up back there somehow, like in the perimeter. And I'm like, where the fuck, how the fuck do I get back in? And I'm like, what's happening? And me and Richard are like looking around like, the fuck is going on, man? Like I don't know what the fuck we were doing back here. I was looking for a bathroom or some shit.
I don't know. Because I woke up, I got handed a cigar and a drink. You handed me a pin.
Mm-hmm.
The wedding was at 1. By 9 a.m.,
Fuck.
I wasn't
man.
on this planet.
No.
Yeah.
Like I was gone.
Yeah.
Nobody was.
But I had like 9 people to make sure that I was
There was
where
one
I was supposed to
responsible
be.
person.
It was
and that
Justin.
one. No, it was Haley. Like,
Justin
fuck-
became my handler. And I remember that
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
because it was so
Well,
fucking
I mean, to be
hot.
fair, you were the best man and she was the maid of honor.
Yeah.
You two should have had your shit together that day.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
But the gear I was wearing was too hot for the day.
Right.
So all of my gear got taken off and it got handed to different vendors that I know at Ren Fair.
Yeah.
They were all like friends of mine that run shops. They're like, yep, we'll hold it. No problem. So I walked around in just white linen.
And Justin had to
All
run
day.
around and pick it all back up.
And then wedding time came.
Right.
The only thing I remember is at about 12:45, I had to piss like a fucking racehorse.
It was like 12:57, and he was
Oh,
supposed to
was
get
it?
married at 1.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I had to piss like a racehorse. And I was like, I'm going to go pee. So I left and Justin came with me.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. You had
Did
to
I
go
just
pee.
disappear?
No, you had to go pee, and you went, I'm going to go pee and not tell fucking anybody.
That's not true.
And then
Because I came with you.
Oh, was it you?
I went with you.
Thank God someone went with him.
This tells you
I was drunk.
where I was.
Uh,
But I had sent
And
all of my boys
I'm
off.
the worst one to go with him. Because I'm fucking also trounced.
Nice.
Just in the bag. Yeah.
But I do remember all of my boys had went off to go get all of my shit. So Kibby was there. All of you guys were there. And it was like, we'll go get everything. Your sword, your furs, like,
Yep.
so
So
I
like,
had to pee. So I fucking left. So apparently you and I went for me to go pee. Nobody could find me.
Everybody thought that I was going to get something.
And it was like
Which we did.
3 minutes till I was supposed to pee. So like, that's how I was supposed to get married.
Yeah.
So everybody's standing around with my gear. I went and pissed. We walked back to it. Everybody's standing around with all of my shit. Put it all on. I walk on. I am fucking hammered.
Yep.
Now, thankfully, all I have to do is do the whole I do part. I
Right,
don't have to
right.
say fuck all else. They do that. All I remember is lifting that drinking horn I'd been walking around with all day and fucking roaring. And there's a picture of that.
which those things don't like whiskey. They
Nope.
only like mead.
Yeah.
The glue that they use,
Not fans of whiskey.
nope.
We learned that the hard way more than once.
So E.H. Taylor and the bottom falls out.
So John bought like this fucking orb.
Oh, that
Oh.
was
You had
great.
like that orb, dude,
You
that
had
you
like
had
3 of them.
fucking like
had all
and I
the booze.
filled them with E.H.
With E.H.
Taylor because you couldn't
it
bring
looked like you
booze
had,
in.
it looked like you had grenades.
You couldn't bring booze into the actual fair. You can only have it in the campgrounds. And what I found out is they didn't give a shit if liquor was in.
Your costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was part of your outfit, they didn't count it.
And so
Yeah.
I walked right in and
Yeah.
they just like looked at everything and they're like, go ahead. And I'm like, cool, thanks.
That was when they zip tied our fucking weapons.
Oh,
Mine wasn't.
Yeah, mine wasn't either.
I could have pulled. I had a Damascus steel sword,
I had a fucking.
like 2.5 feet tall, and I could have just fucking pulled that.
we all
bitch
had
out of
battle
the-
axes, man.
Yeah.
I walked right the
didn't.
fuck
I
in
had
with
just
it.
had whiskey.
Shit.
I had a fucking battle axe.
That's the only thing about it. I really had to pee. And we get back, and everyone's like, "Holy shit!" And they like threw all my shit on me, and so I get up there, and everybody's standing next to me. So there's everybody. It's like it's me, you, TJ, and you.
Yep.
well, Also, before you walked up, all of the groomsmen essentially had to go up first. And I remember getting your shit all settled. And then right before we walked up, I looked at you and went, "Don't fucking move." And then walked up because I was worried you were just going to walk off again.
Well,
Did
and,
anybody-
and I'm fucking. We're both tired because we just walked across the fucking park because you had to piss. So
Which,
like,
I don't understand why that bathroom is so fucking
so
far
fucking
away.
It's not. You guys just went to the wrong one.
probably,
That was?
probably.
There's
We
one
went to-
right across.
We went to the one that we knew.
In all fairness, we had started partying 2 days earlier.
So now I have a question. Does any of us remember talking to anybody from the venue that day?
Yeah,
Like, were they just like, what
No.
the fuck?
I have no memories. Of
I don't have any
anybody
memory of.
from-
I talked to the guy who was doing the ceremony.
the guy in the Pope hat.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I remember was the
I-
dude in the Pope hat.
I talked to him because I told him I was like, I'm also an ordained minister and I do a
So
lot of
am I.
weddings. And I was like, how did you have to get yours? And he's like, we did it through here because the owner, and that's when he told me about the owner fucking runs the town.
King
and
George?
everything. King George, right? And I'm like, that's right, the guy from the documentary, because there's a documentary about him getting laid. It's super fucking weird. It's on HBO. like it's super real, dude. Like it's about him getting pussy. It's so fucking weird, man. And this guy's like in his 80s. It's a fucked up documentary. What's it called? It's called like
I don't know.
The Wren King or something.
Right. I don't know. You can find it.
It's wild. But anyways, I talked to the Pope hat guy. And
I remember him being upset because nobody told him it was a fucking Viking wedding.
yeah,
So he showed up in like all of his shit and he was like, I know how to do a Viking wedding, which you're not. I was like, pull out all the god shit and here's my hand fasting cable. Because we'd had it custom made,
Yeah.
the hand fasting. And
Pico.
I actually, now that I think about it, I do remember Justin looking at me and going like, don't fucking move. You need to walk that way.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm good. But God, I was obliterated. Like there was.
fucking hammered.
But
How about
it'd been
Justin-
2 days of partying.
how about
before that
Justin's
happened.
speech at your wedding?
That was good.
That shit fucked me up.
Dude.
I had to get payback for you because you did the same
I
shit at my
thought-
wedding.
I thought mine was good, and then Justin showed up and fucked
Fucking
me up.
had to one up your ass,
Oh
dude.
my God,
The-
he destroyed
This
me.
motherfucker, dude.
I-
Not a dry eye in the house.
But luckily, John saved me because the second I started like tearing up, John just from the fucking back row just goes, "Oh, I've seen this before," and it was just enough for me to be like, "Oh, fuck, that was good. All right, get it together."
So we had it
I
like
told you I was drunk.
Now, the festival didn't close till 8,
Right.
and the wedding was at 1. And we had an hour break before the feast,
Yep.
and it was a true feast.
It was delicious.
Just
was good
plates
food.
of fucking just.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
I
good
Walked
food.
by, filled it up.
I don't
ate.
remember it. I don't.
So we ate, and then it was, let's keep drinking. And we
Yeah.
just kept fucking going. And then went back to the campgrounds and partied all night and shit. But it
I was like, is that bread? That's carbs. Oh, no, it's going to make me drink.
but it was 3 days of just fucking being fucking hammered.
Nice.
Anyways,
It's a good time.
we are
Yeah.
going back this year for anybody that wants to
Okay.
go. We're taking the campers. If you want to bring the trailer, the
Yeah, I
whole
won't be
fucking yard.
The bar.
I won't be sleeping in the fucking van again. God, that was hot. Fuck that.
When are you going back?
Well, it's not
So-
until like the fall.
It
Okay.
I think
opens
it
the
starts
first
in
weekend of October.
Yeah.
Runs through the last weekend of November. But we'll probably go 4 or 5 times. So anybody wants to go,
So Nick with Warfighter Scuba just texted me, and I told him I'll call him back when we're done recording. And he goes, "Oh shit, sorry." And then he goes, "Yell penis,
Penis.
penis."
Penis.
Like,
Oh, hold on. Here, I'm gonna make a video and send it to him.
Clearly, he
Of us
doesn't
just
listen to
yelling.
the podcast.
Oh no, we have to yell penis.
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 Penises.
There you go. That's for Nick at
Penis.
Warfighter Scuba.
Penis. Thanks a lot,
big,
Nick from warfighterscuba.org.
big, veiny, purple-headed yogurt slinger.
Ooh. Penis.
Oh shit.
You didn't record.
You're an idiot.
Anyways, this has gone on entirely too fucking long.
It has.
Boys.
I'll raise my glass with you.
For the last 300 fucking episodes, thanks for being my freedom friends.
Cheers, boys.
What a fucking shit show this has been.
Hey, you know what? It might be a shit show, but it's our shit show, pal.
I know, right?
Right? It's our shit show. And sometimes it's okay to be the mayor of the shit show.
Like, I'm not mad at it when I say it's a shit show.
So
Hey,
smash all those buttons.
and all of you out there listening, our Patreon support, the last 300 episodes would never have happened without you guys. Fucking all of you. Like, I mean, we really can't thank you guys enough.
And if you want to see 300 more,
fucking
I think you
quit
can get
being
it for like $5.
quit being a broke bitch.
So we're cheaper than Netflix.
Yeah.
Real quick, also shout out to our 2 new Patreon supporters, Brian and Simon.
Simon and
Brian,
Brian,
Simon.
thank you.
Fucking
Shout
A,
out y'all
guys.
guys.
Thanks, fellas.
Fucking
Appreciate
A.
the hell out of y'all. Man, that's awesome. That's
love you
great.
for
Thank
it.
you very much.
If you want to see this shit show keep going, go on the Patreon. I think it's it's $5. There's some more above that, but even the $5 keeps the shit going.
Every little bit helps.
It
man.
depends on how much love you want from the Freedom Friends, because our love can be bought.
That's true. We can be bought.
Yeah, we're
If you do a
whores.
custom and you break like 50, Mikey will actually cup them.
That's true.
Like, and look at those mitts.
That's how-
That's
That's how Jazz greeted me today.
And if you
Yeah.
if you donate
Same.
100, if you donate
Same.
100, Mike, you'll stop.
Yeah.
but at
Because I only
125,
once you flip that switch, only
at
$100 to stop
125, Scott starts.
Yeah.
Yeah. it. Yeah.
He's expensive. It's
Round
like Vegas.
150, I start again. I'd take over again.
We
Just yeah.
We should do a
If you've
calendar.
ever wanted 2 dads, that's 150. It's
Yeah.
a tag team.
We should do a Freedom Friends
They'll
calendar.
tell you that your music career is actually worth something.
No, should
Would
we
do a Freedom Friends what?
calendar.
Do a calendar?
Yeah.
We're doing one next year at Battle Pub.
See?
It's an all-male 12-month calendar.
Yeah.
So I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I've been in a calendar.
not surprised?
the only one you have to be under 18 to buy though.
So shameless plug, because you listen to this show and the 300th episode, there's an amazing podcast out there about all of these fucking tobacco sticks that we fucking smoke. The Warfighter podcast. They do an outstanding job. They're bringing, I think this next year, the whole goal is to bring in new talent, other blenders, all this other kind of stuff. Like, you guys have a new goal for
we're
this
getting
next
some
year?
guests lined up, and
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you really want to get an insight on what's going on in the tobacco industry, the Warfighter podcast, you guys are fucking crushing it over there. This
It's true.
dope shit that's going on over
It's
there.
a little more serious.
It's a little more serious, but it is.
I've been on it twice. It's not that serious.
It's not that serious.
I've been on it. So yeah,
like-
no. That was early. I think I was like episode 6. Like
Yeah.
there's not a lot of
Yeah, I haven't
But-
been on it in a while. I know that.
what they're talking about. If you are interested in the industry, what the industry's doing, where it's going.
Veteran stuff.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
it's a great podcast.
Especially if we can get veteran and cigar stuff to collide. That's like the goal.
yeah.
That's
But
the best. Yeah.
it is dialed in. There's little stuff that maybe you got into the hobby. There's some shit you need the veil lifted on. They're covering that kind of shit. It's an outstanding podcast. Go fucking try it out. It's an outstanding product. So go listen to that.
Except
And
for
then of
last
course
week, we only talked about cars.
we did.
is what it is.
But there's
please-
one more too. Don't forget to shout out yours.
Okay, shameless plug. I have the Warhammered podcast. So if you're cool with nerd shit and excessive drinking, we have that podcast over there too. I know some of you guys are listening to it, but we'd love to have you guys over there.
I've listened to a few, but I have no idea what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Come be on.
I will.
Come
I have
be on
no
the show.
problem being on the show and have no idea what I'm talking about.
Come be on the show.
But
I'd love to
I'll
have
talk about it.
We do it My studio's in the house.
I want to.
Yeah.
I want to read the first book, and then fucking come be on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking come be on it. Well, I'd love to have all you guys. It's great to have guys that don't know what they're talking about
Yeah.
for us to be able to talk about it. So Warhammered podcast, it's the same channels that all this is on. But seriously, 300 fucking episodes.
That's a lot.
It's insane. We can't thank you guys enough.
It's wild, man.
To our Patreon supporters, to our casual supporters, the
Yep.
guys that do the downloads, we can't thank you enough. Boys, I fucking love you. And I'll never be able to thank you guys enough for
Okay.
our friendship. There it is. But I can't thank you for the friendship and what the last fucking 5.5 years has done. So
Yeah.
this
absolutely.
one I will raise to you.
That's pretty
And you own it.
crazy that it's been 5.5 fucking years and We all still kind of like each other.
Let us
Uh,
gingerly touch our tips.
So let's try it here. There's 3 simple things that we tell you to do.
They're not hard to do.
They're not hard to do.
It's pretty easy. You know what? And
God.
Jazz, I think you should hit the first one.
You know what? I will. Smoke the fuck on.
And your fucking favorite.
Oh, drink on.
God
Lead
damn it,
Johnny.
kids.
Sign us off.
The fuck on.
That's right, bitches. You guys have a good weekend. We'll see you later.